done beat somebody twice. Woo! All right. All right. Welcome to the primetime stream. We just wrapped up the Patreon stream over on the Patreon page. Shout out to everybody that was over there. We had a great time. Great game. I'm going to try not to talk a lot of shit to Texas fans tonight. Now, the year season is over. Video tomorrow will be a different story. You know, you tried, but you lost to a backup quarterback. I will say this. It feels sweet to be on this end of a backup quarterback situation. Georgia has lost some of the biggest games imaginable because the other team put in a backup quarterback. National title game in 17, SEC championship game in 18. It does feel good to be on the other side. It does feel good to be on the other side and win a game with a backup quarterback. Shout out to Gunnar Stockton, Mike Bobo. Look, y'all can hate on Mike Bobo till the fucking cows come home. The guy called a great fucking game in the second half with a backup quarterback, limited in terms of what he could do throwing the ball. The defense played great. Shout out to Texas's kicker too, who's absolute dog shit. And Georgia's 11-2 and SEC champions. So feels good. Texas still be in the playoffs. Texas will be playing in 2 weeks on December 21st. Georgia will be playing in 3 weeks on New Year's Eve. The games we got coming up now, Oregon and Penn State. Now, similar to the Georgia-Texas game, both of these teams are in the playoffs, right? It's just a matter of which one's going to win this game and get a bye, and which one, you know, is going to likely host a game instead in 2 weeks. The Clemson SMU game, on the other hand, is huge. Clemson needs to win to get in. That's the only way Clemson can get in. They've got to win. Now, I think SMU is going to get in either way. I think even if SMU loses, I think SMU will move to 11 and Bama would get bounced out. But there's a lot of debate around that. So the playoff selection show comes on tomorrow. Who knows? Does anybody know what time tomorrow the playoff selection show comes on? Is it noon? Is it 11? It seems like it's usually noon, like 12. Okay, everybody is saying 12. Eastern, I'm talking. Okay, 12. All right. So if Clemson wins tonight, then we'll find out tomorrow at noon exactly what's going to happen with SMU. But that's really the only drama with these games today in terms of who's getting in and not is if SMU loses, do they stay ahead of Bama or do they fall behind Bama? I happen to think SMU will be in either way, but not everybody agrees with that. It's good to be king per normal. A lot of you woke up this morning looking forward to celebrating an Uncle Lou loss. But unfortunately for you, I've won again. I continue to beat you like a drum week in and week out over the course of these college football seasons. I do appreciate that y'all keep coming back and asking for more, though. I do appreciate that. I really do. And I mean that. And also. In addition to some of that. Yeah. Austin Plunkett, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, hey, chat, Mike Bobo here. Suck my asshole, losers. A lot of people owe Mike Bobo an apology. I don't. I've been on the Mike Bobo train since day one, but a lot of these other dumbasses owe Bobo a giant fucking thank you and an apology. Big Daddy Land says, you beat Texas again, Texas man down bad. To be honest with you, I don't know how down bad the Texas man is. If Georgia would have lost this game, I'd have been upset just like I'm upset anytime Georgia loses. But it was a weird feeling today, knowing that you could lose this game and still make the playoffs. So I don't know how. They're down right now, for sure. I'm sure tomorrow they'll be okay, the Texas people. They're headed to the playoffs, so. Yeah, I picked Georgia, and I put my money where my mouth was, too. So I put $50 Georgia on the money line. What did I win? Hold on, and I'll tell you. I bet 50 to win 62. I won $62 on the Georgia game. I also hit Arizona State earlier and over 50.5. So I'm up to 392 for the week. That's a good week for me. I don't bet a lot of money per game. So, and you know, some of y'all can laugh at me or do whatever, but I don't, you know, I bet what I can afford to lose, which is the smart way to do it. So I bet between $25 and $50 a game usually. Sometimes I'll bet up to $100. But to bet $25, $50 a game over the course of a week and be up $392, I'll take it. I'll take it. The bets I have tonight, I'll show you those real quick. I've got SMU -3. Georgia on the money line, which already hit. Oregon -3 and Lafayette money line. Look at that parlay. What do y'all think my chances are on this parlay here? So the Georgia part of the parlay already hit. I need SMU and Oregon to each win by more than 3, and I need Louisiana to just win. $43 would win me $435. What about that? What are my chances there? What are my chances on that? Oh, Makama's here. Makama, did you ever Google the playoffs to figure out what they were? You're a Miami fan. So I didn't know if you'd had a chance to Google the playoffs yet to figure out what they are. Any idea what meaningless bowl game Miami's playing in this year, bud? What does Dabo look like, a skinny Dr. Evil? Y'all know what Dabo's record is in these ACC championship games, don't you? Hey, what's up, Law Ty? Good to see you in here, buddy. Hey, Law Ty, good luck to your SMU Mustangs tonight, Law Ty. Alabama fans, of course, big SMU fans tonight. They need SMU to win. Oregon and Penn State is underway. Just started. First play of the game, literally. 8-yard gain on the ground for Oregon. They got the ball first, 2nd and 2. 14:40 to go in the first quarter, so that was literally the first play of the game. 2nd and 1 coming up. They keep it on the ground again, and I think they're going to be short. I don't think they got it. It's going to be 3rd down coming up now for Oregon. Is Georgia root? I'm root about Georgia. Yes, I was root about Georgia today. Thanks for grilling Bevo again. Boomer. What's up, Austin? That's all, you know, there's a million things to love about college football, but one of them is because of rivalries, you can enjoy a win that doesn't even involve your team if that win is some team beating your rival, right? Like, you're an Oklahoma fan, so you hate Texas by law. You don't give a shit about Georgia, but if Georgia happens to beat Texas, well, that's great for you, right? I get it. I'm the same way. Matt Dog, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the super chat. He says, great stream on Patreon. Lou, I'll be in and out of this one, but it's good to be Kings. Go Dogs, horns down. Yeah, man, great game. Thanks for hanging out with me over there today, Matt. Peyton says, can't wait to hear all the excuses after winning with a backup quarterback, horns down. All right, Clemson will be kicking off to start things off in the ACC championship game, so SMU will get the ball first in that one. Oregon's got the ball first in the Big Ten championship game. Both games just underway. Clemson kicks it out of the back of the end zone. SMU will have the ball first and 10 on their own 25. Oregon's looking at a 2nd and 6. Colton Silcox, thank you for the super chat. Congrats, Woo and Gunnar Stockton. Texas needs to be humbled. They're getting too loud. Horns down, short horns, little T. steers in Queens, neutered, castrated, kick rocks. We stole Lagway from you. Goodbye. God damn. I don't even need to trash talk Texas. Y'all are doing it for me. Oregon with a hitch pass. Big gain up the sideline. First down into Penn State territory. Oregon on the move early. SMU on the ground. Picks up about 13 yards on first down. Jet sweep looking play. First down SMU. Thanks for Lou, UJ, Stockton, the Texas kicker, and all that overtime experience from the Georgia Tech game. Pay Lou and let's fucking go Dogs. Yeah, I was saying when it looked like it was going to go to overtime, I'm like, well, if experience in overtime matters at all, then Georgia should be a massive favorite if this game goes to overtime. And it turned out they got the job done. Congrats to Georgia SEC champs. Thank you, WoTod99. Thank you, Banjo. Thank you, Colton. Craig Yarbrough says, Lou, can I get a Let's Go Dogs? Great win. Feels really nice to have our backup come in and win one for us for a change. I said the same thing the minute I went live on this stream, Craig. As Georgia fans, I've been on the other side of that in huge games too many times. National title games, SEC title games, you know, against Bama where they make the quarterback change and come back and beat us. It was good to be on the other side of that. Trucking with Jeters. Yeah, Georgia is root. Well, I'm root about Georgia. Yeah. Whoa, Todd says, ran over Texas with big green tractor. Big red tractor, buddy. Big red tractor. A red and black tractor. Neil says, it's great to be a Georgia Bulldog. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you know what else, too? That no one, at least I didn't hear a lot of people talking about it before the game. Kirby needs to start winning some of these SEC championship games. I mean, this is his third one, which is great. But he's been in, let's see, he was in the 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24. So this was his 7th SEC title game. He's 3-4 now. Is that right? He's 3-4. Big difference, 3-4 versus if he would have lost this one, it would have been 2-5, you know? You gotta, I mean, I love that we get there every year, but he's got to start winning more of them. Bama going to the Temu Bowl? Well, it depends what happens in this Clemson SMU game, of course. Did SMU turn the ball over? What did I miss? Did SMU turn the ball? Hey! Wait, you got to turn that heat off. Got it like a damn sauna in here. Fumble and a strip sack. Okay, well, that's big for... I missed that. I was reading the Oregon just scored. Didn't miss that. So Oregon gets the ball first. They go right down the field and score on Penn State. They're going to take a 6-0 lead. Extra point would make it 7. Did SMU... So SMU was... There was a strip sack. SMU fumble. Clemson recovered. They've now got the ball 2nd and 12 on the SMU 35. So a chance to go up early here for the Taters. Cade Klubnik throws, complete, touchdown Taters. It looked like Klubnik was going to run. Must have fooled the SMU defense because there was 2 Clemson wide receivers wide open at the 10-yard line. I mean, there was nobody near them and walked into the end zone. Clemson takes an early lead. They capitalize on the SMU turnover, and Clemson is now up 6-0 over SMU. Oregon up 6-0 over Penn State. Extra points coming up here. There's a flag in the Oregon game, but we're going to get some extra points here in a second. Lefty's Lament, thank you for the super chat. He says, I just want to say, Lou, I've been watching your butt since the Fire Rick days. What a season. Go Dogs. You're the best college football channel in the biz. Gunner needs a statue. I mean, I don't want to get carried away with the Gunner thing. It's not like he came in and threw for 300 yards or whatever. But he has 0 real playing experience at all. In fact, he hasn't played against an SEC team since last year, Florida State. He didn't play in any conference games at all this year. He's basically just been a mop-up guy that plays a series or 2 at the end of a couple of games. The pressure that he had to be under here, and he had the mistake, you know. He was under pressure and threw it when he shouldn't have, off his back foot and threw the interception, but... considering the circumstances, I think he came in and did about as well as we could have expected him to do. And boy, that hit he took, holy shit. at the end of the game. It popped his helmet off. Boy, that's one of the biggest hits I've seen in a long, long time. And I'm shocked if he doesn't have a concussion. Of course, we'll never know because Georgia came in and scored on the very next play with Carson Beck at quarterback. But wow. All right, Clemson just kicked off after taking a 7-0 lead. If you joined late, SMU got the ball first, fumbled on their third or fourth play. Clemson recovered and immediately scored a touchdown. That's where we're at there, 7-0. Clemson up over SMU. Oregon got the ball first in the Big Ten game. They went right down the field and scored. They're also up 7-0. Do I have the right scores on the screen? Yeah, okay. Good. Good. Ty Mai says, since I'm the only Army fan on here, I need your prediction for Army-Navy, Lou. I'm not going to pick against Army. Not after the beating they put on Tulane yesterday, so I'll go with Army. Marcus, thank you for the super chat. We own the state of Texas. Horns down. Go to horns down. Horns down. Texas thought they were just going to come in the SEC and win it. Oh, come on now. Now, the rest of the teams in the SEC might have rolled over and played dead like a bunch of fucking woozies and deadbeats, but not Georgia. Georgia runs the SEC until further notice. That's a fact. Octavian says, fuck Georgia, go Gators. Gators will the SEC. Well, Octavian, the Gators are fucking garbage, buddy. Y'all are celebrating a 5-loss season because you don't know what it's like to be good anymore. It's been so long since you put a decent a team on the field, you don't even know what one looks like anymore. You got no clue. You're celebrating 5-loss seasons like UCF celebrated their fake national title. The difference is UCF was undefeated and you lost 5 fucking games. Florida's a garbage can fucking program that looks up to UGA and they always will. Georgia owns you in every possible way. And so do I, Octavian. I wrote you off on my taxes last year and I'm doing it again this year, like it or not. Jennings back to throw for SMU on 3rd and 11, nearly intercepted. Falls incomplete, 4th and 11, and SMU's going to have to punt it away. Clemson is hot early in this one. Austin Plunkett says, hey Lou, Juice Poot here. Texas will get UJ on their 3rd try. Also, Clemson will win and Bama will be left out, but as always next year. Yeah, famous last words of the Bama man going on 4 or 5 years in a row now. Well, we'll win it next year. You hadn't won a real natty, Bama man, since 2017, and no one gives a fuck about your COVID natty where you played 10 games in front of 11 people in the stands with no non-conference games. Nobody gives a fuck about that pretend natty. Clemson with a nice punt return now all the way down to the SMU 43. Clemson is looking good early in this one. There is a flag down, though. They might have to bring that punt return back. Uncle Badass says, let's go Dogs. Get out of Atlanta. Texas pussy horns. Nobody wants you in Atlanta. Go have Matthew McConaughey make you a movie. We own you. Go fuck yourselves. Let's go Lou. Thank you, Uncle Badass. Not mincing any words there. Not mincing any words at all there. Penn State with their first possession now. Oregon got the ball to start the game, went right down and scored no problem. They're up 7-0. Clemson also up 7-0 early over SMU. Penn State now with the ball, 2nd and 6, their first possession. And boy, you just can't trust big game James Franklin, can you? No, you can't, unfortunately. You can't. 2nd and 6 for Penn State. Fumble. Recovered by Penn State. Actually ends up maybe gaining half a yard, but that could have been disaster there for the Nittany Lions. Penn State is ranked way too high, says End Zone Plug. Lee Smith says, fire Bobo. What? Holy shit, man. How can you be that retarded? I'm serious. I don't understand you fire Bobo idiots. I don't get it at all. Georgia's got the worst wide receiver room in the country. The offensive line has played bad for over half the year. For 80% of the year, our starting running back was a true freshman because running back 1, 2, and 3 were hurt. Our number 2 running back is a walk-on. Our tight ends are a massive drop-off from what we've had the last couple of years. And the defense is the worst it's been since 2016. On top of all that, Georgia played the hardest schedule in the country. And here they are, 11-2, SEC champions. They won the SEC championship in a game where their starting quarterback gets hurt, goes out, and a guy that's never played before had to play quarterback in the second half and Bobo held his hand during that second half, and Georgia wins the game, and we're headed to the playoffs, and you're on here with the fire Bobo routine. Did he fuck your mother? There's no other explanation. Mike Bobo must have come over to your house and fucked your mother right in front of you. I don't understand you people with the fire Bobo. I don't get it. I don't understand. I guess y'all want to go back to fucking Jim Chaney or James Coley or whoever the fuck else we had. Look, Monken ain't coming back, man. Okay? Monken gave you one of these, and he went off to the NFL so he could work half the hours for twice the pay. He's not coming back. Let it go. Let it fucking go. Texas really sucks, and Sark is out of his element. Georgia owns Texas, horns down. He sucks with 500 screen passes. Lee Smith, that tells me you don't watch any college football at all except for Georgia. Because if you did, you would know that those hitch passes and screen passes are a disease that has infected all of college football, buddy. Watch these two games that are on right now. You're going to see at least 25 of those exact same hitch passes in each of these games. Every team in the country does it. Try watching a football game every once in a while other than Georgia. 2nd and 10 for Penn State. They're going to pick up about 6 yards. 3rd and 4 coming up. What's up, Luke? Good to see you in here, buddy. Austin, thank you for the super chat. He says, how do you feel about Ben Arbuckle taking the OC job at Oklahoma? Do you think this fixes OU's offensive issues? He coached QBs like Bailey Zapp and Cam Ward. Well, I don't think Oklahoma offensively can get any worse than they were this year. Now, some of that is because of the QB issues you had. You can't just keep changing offensive coordinators every year. I mean, it's hard to, not you, I'm not saying you, Austin, but you go back to last season, Oklahoma was scoring 45 points a game, and they had one of the best quarterbacks in the country. And all I heard from Oklahoma fans all year long is how terrible y'all's offensive coordinator was. So y'all ran him out of town, and then you bring in a guy who can't get a first down all year long. Like, I wasn't surprised at all that Oklahoma's offense took a massive step backwards. The offensive coordinator you ran out of town is way better than the one you brought in. I don't know what's going to happen with this guy you're bringing in now, but I don't think it can get any worse than what it was this year. Maurice Walker says, dogs should eat free at Longhorns Steakhouse. Yeah, 6 months free meals at Longhorns. Mel Bruce says, hey, Georgia haters in the chat, we won, you fucking assholes. I pray Clemson wins because it's always to hell with Bama. Sorry for the language, Lou. You don't have to apologize for language around here. People are free to speak their mind language-wise as long as there's no slurs of any kind. But just cuss words are fine. I don't care. Now, sometimes when you type certain cuss words in the comment section, YouTube will automatically censor it. But I really don't. I really don't care about the cussing. That's probably pretty obvious. Aaron Smith banged my mom. Can we fire him now? Yeah. Well, Aaron Smith should have been gone a long time ago. But that's my point. How bad do you think Georgia's wide receiver room has to be that Aaron Smith is our number one option? That's sort of my point. What do you, it's not like Bobo has the world's greatest talent on the outside to work with. Octavian says, I'm going to own you, Lou, next year. Gators are hot right now. Georgia is soft as hell. Go Gators and fuck the Bulldogs. Octavian, you've been saying that every year since COVID, bud. Yeah, you somehow managed to get dumber every year, which is weird. Thanks for the promo code on Prize Picks, $135, says Ricky Boyd. Hey, good job, man. I missed mine. I friggin' took the under on Ashton Gentry's rushing totals yesterday, and he, of course, blew over it. So I missed my Prize Picks play for this week, but I'm glad you hit one. SMU should have known what was waiting for them in Charlotte. Clemson out to a 14-0 lead. We're not even 5 minutes into the game, so SMU has dug themselves a hole here. If Texas has Oklahoma's schedule, they would be worse. They just made the SEC championship. They are top 2. He's not the best option, dummy. Bobo just keeps throwing it to him. Bobo hasn't thrown a single pass all year, you fucking retard. Smith caught all Gunner passes. Gators are the reason UJ was in the SEC championship game. We beat Ole Miss for y'all. The amount of dumb that is crammed into some of y'all is unbelievable. SMU defense is Georgia-like. Didn't Georgia give up 1 touchdown today in the entire game? Clemson's given up, or SMU's given up 2 in the first 5 minutes. You know what? I'm gonna have to stop reading the chat. I don't understand how people can be a college football. I'm assuming y'all are diehard college football fans, or you wouldn't be in here. I don't see how people who claim to watch college football can be this fucking ignorant about college football, but y'all continue to surprise me with your idiocy week in and week out. Michael White, thank you for the super chat. He says, Georgia legitimately has the best defense in the country. With time and prep, dogs can make noise. Coming from the biggest Bama fan, salute Uncle Lou. I disagree about Georgia having the best defense in the country. I strongly disagree. They're too inconsistent to be considered the best defense in the country. They play really well sometimes, but there's too many times that they don't play really well for me to consider them the best defense in the country. I actually think Texas defense is better than Georgia's overall. The fuck Bama train is looking good, ain't it, Lou? Yeah, Bama's down. Bama's losing 14-0 to Clemson right now. Kinda. Hey, UJ haters in the chat, we won, you assholes. I pray Clemson wins because it's always to hell with Bama. Oh, we already read that one. That's right. Ewers is softer than Carson Beck's throwing arm after his surgery. Well, hopefully Carson Beck ain't got to have no surgery. If you want Georgia to win any more games, we need Carson Beck, I think. Georgia saved by the Zebras. Yeah, that pass interference call they called against Georgia there at the end of the game that kept Texas in the game. Oh, wait a minute. The targeting call that they called. Oh, wait a minute. No, they didn't call that targeting at the end of the game. That went in Texas' favor, just like the pass interference did. Damn. Well, so much for that talking point, I guess. Dang. If I listened to you idiots in the comments section, Georgia would be 0-12 if it weren't for the referees. And to be honest with you, it's not just Georgia. Y'all are so smooth-brained, you do it about every game you watch. Tonight, in these 2 games right here, whoever's winning, like right now, Clemson is winning and Oregon is winning. There's people in the comment section somewhere saying the referees are in Oregon's pocket and Clemson's pocket. Like, it's just whoever's winning, y'all just, well, must be the referees. I think y'all aren't capable of watching a football game and understanding what you're seeing, so you're just like, it's the referees. That's got to be it. I don't know where the lady went. She left me or what? She might have had enough of my shit and left. She was here and now she's just not here. And I don't remember her saying shit. She might have left me. She might have left me. Some people only watch, they don't comprehend. That's a fact, Marcus. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Rhett Proctor says, Gunnar Stockton is a beast running the ball. Should have been targeting on that last play he was in. First 30 minutes of the live have the strangest takes. That's true. That's when all the trolls show up. Mockingbird says, Ewers is our Jake Fromm. We need a Stetson Bennett. College football guy says, watching UJ football is not good for my health. Glad I get 3 weeks off and get to watch the first round without worry. Go Dogs. All right, what's going on with these games here? Clemson up 14-0. SMU, though, with their best drive of the game so far. I mean, hell, we're only 7 minutes into the game, but 3rd and 8 on the Clemson 35. Jennings throws, caught. First down. That was a big first down. Gets them in field goal range down to the 25. That hit on Gunnar Scott is one of the biggest hits I've seen in a long time. You know what? There was two hits in this game that were huge fucking hits, and both of them were clean with no targeting. The Dan Jackson hit, I can't remember which Texas wide receiver it was. Do y'all remember the Dan Jackson hit? I think it was in the first half. It was on a crossing route, and shout out to that Texas wide receiver. He held on to the ball just like Gunnar Stockton held on to the ball there too. But there's two just massive hits in that game. Oregon up 7-3 and driving again. They're in the red zone. Penn State, who is basically field goal U, has managed to kick a field goal, but obviously that's it. But yeah, if the referees wouldn't have missed 2 field goals for Texas, Georgia might have lost. Austin Plunkett says, Smooth Brain YouTube chat versus Patreon is hilarious. Yeah. You get a lot more actual football talk in the Patreon chat. You get some trolling over there, but mostly legitimate football talk. Nathan, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Hold on 1 second. Jennings running. Touchdown SMU. Untouched into the end zone. 25-yard touchdown run for the Mustangs, and they're back in it. 14-7 now. Nathan Gibson says, congrats, Lou. Whoa, Todd, and hope to see you guys in the playoffs. Well, SMU just scored, which, of course, is good for Bama. They need SMU to beat Clemson to get into the playoffs. Did Oregon just score again? Nope, but 2nd and 3 from the 5. Now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 2 for Oregon. So they're about to score again. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here comes the extra point for SMU. It's good, and we now have a 7-point game there. Clemson 14, SMU 7. Stockton's run Mahomes in Super Bowls 57 and 58. First 30 minutes of the live strange take. Some people only watch, don't comprehend. All right, I think I'm caught up on the super chats now. Lou, just focus on the Clemson game. That Oregon game is worthless. It does look like it's going to be a blowout, doesn't it? It does look that way. Penn State's not going to be able to keep up with Oregon kicking a bunch of field goals. Touchdown Oregon, and boy, that looked way too easy on 1st and goal. What's up, Jay Sizzle? Faux Nickel, Easy Money, Og 3, Pool Hall, Oakley Farmer, Roger Dodger, Fusion Games, Barclay Matheson, Mixa, It's Exotic, Auburn Fan, Scott McClish, Octavian, Jay Snow, what's up, buddy? Bradley Summers, Jack Holcomb, Buffalo Harry, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. Y'all be nice to Buffalo Harry. He's an actual Colorado fan and has been. He's not, he didn't become a Colorado fan 2 years ago, so y'all be nice to him. Ari Maida, Jim Collins, RR, Billy S., Gunnar, Rack Dog, Douglas Graham, Teamer, Biscuit, Turk, Seminole FTW, what's up, buddy? Robin R., Thundercock Jones. What kind of a weird-ass wrestling league are you in, bud? Shout out to Platinum Plus. Yes, always. 100%. The one in Columbia off of, what's the name of that road? It's by the Embassy Suites up there. Gray Shoals Road, is that it? Shout out to that Platinum Plus for real. For real. Let's do a poll. I don't know what happened to the lady. She was literally here and then she was gone. I don't know. She might have left me. I'm a lot to put up with. All right, get your votes in. I'm not real sure, to be honest. Not real sure. I'm not congratulating Georgia because they didn't play South Carolina. Oh, yeah. That's right. The juggernaut known as South Carolina. The last time they won anything meaningful was 1969 when they won the ACC. But, yeah, shout out to South Carolina for losing 3 games in the regular season. Congrats, Lou, on the Georgia win, but I could never root for the Dogs as a Missouri fan because y'all owned us for almost 10 years straight. Yeah, I think we only lost to y'all once since you came in the SEC. It's only once or twice. Yeah, Georgia's had y'all's number since y'all joined the SEC. Y'all have had some good years, but Georgia seems to have y'all's number. The lady left me for Zach Wild. God dang it. Why are you so mean? Some people come in here looking to be treated like shit, Sam. And so I just give people what they want. People always get what they're looking for, Sam. So if people are looking to get treated like shit, that's what's going to happen here. I don't cater or tiptoe around things. If somebody says something stupid, I'm not going to pretend it's not stupid. Did you hear that Kansas State has a new coach? Kansas State? Congrats on the W. Hope Beck isn't hurt too bad. Well, obviously, me too. But the thing is, I seriously doubt we're going to find out anything at all about Carson Beck until New Year's Eve. If you know anything about Kirby and how he handles injuries, he's not going to say shit, I don't think. And I don't think we're going to know who's playing quarterback for Georgia in the playoffs until the first snap of the game on New Year's Eve. Or whatever, it's around New Year's Eve, whenever the second round of the playoffs is. Hey Lou, BA here. R.I.P. Bozo, get your own coffee. I hear you. I hear you, lady. I hear you. Let's go Irish. Think there's a path to the 5 seed, but not sure if they'll give it to Texas or not. I think they will. Oh. Well, a lot of y'all were wrong. Where's the poll? In the poll.
Polling? What did you poll?
Did the lady leave me? Yes or no? 65% said yes.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were here and then you weren't here. And then I was calling your name and there was nothing. And I was like, she might have just had enough.
No, I'm sorry. I was on the phones.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't know. I thought you had, because I was in here yelling about how you got to turn the fucking heat down and all. You didn't hear all that?
No, I
already turned it down. It had a fucking sauna in here.
I'm sorry.
It was way too hot in here.
I was on the phone.
I mean, you've been feeding me coffee for 2 hours, and I'm running around, and then you go and turn the heat up. That don't make no sense.
I didn't turn it up.
I mean, it was like a sauna in here.
I promise I didn't turn it up.
I mean, I had to pull my sleeves up and down.
Sorry.
And then I thought you left me because I turned the heat down.
No. Sorry, I was on the phone.
Okay. Well, a lot of y'all were wrong. She didn't leave me. Billy Napier is going to be the next Nick Saban. Oh, my God. You paid $2 to let everybody know how fucking retarded you are. How does a retard get access to $2? Somebody needs to take your debit card away. Big game, James, already on full display in the first quarter. Yeah, Greg, look, I wanted this game to be good. And when, sometimes you watch Penn State play and you're like, they look like a pretty good team. But this is what always happens when they play good teams. They're just non-existent offensively. And so I couldn't, if you're going to bet this game, I don't know how you would bet Penn State. I mean, you had to bet Oregon. Stop mistreating Uncle Lou, B.A. Yeah, stop mistreating
Sorry,
me.
I had something very important come up. I'm sorry. I had to go take care of business.
Octavian said, did you see the picture of me with the Gators team and go Clemson beat SMU? No, I didn't see a picture of you with the Gators team, Octavian. Gamecock Orbit, what's up, buddy? Father Shuey, Jack Longley. All right, 2nd and 14 for Penn State. Dew Aller in a shotgun. Play action. Good protection. Throws incomplete. Probably could have been caught. Bobbled by the wide receiver and dropped. 3rd and 14 coming up for Penn State. Darian Ford, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. Thank you for helping us support the channel today. He says, how about them fucking dogs, Lou? Dogs got to stop playing with their food. Well, I mean, Texas is a good team, so I'm not going to, I'm not going to nitpick the win. But, yeah, I mean, offensively in the first half was bad again. Mike Bobo and the refs played their heart out tonight. Horns down forever. Thank you, Brandon. Suing Arian Smith. Suing for fraud. How much money has he stolen from the state of Georgia? He's been on scholarship for 5 years. What's a year's tuition at UGA? 50 grand? Times 5, that's 250 grand he's swindled from the state of Georgia. Pretending to be a wide receiver. That's got to be fraud. Arian Smith is like, what's that Tom Hanks? No. What's the Leonardo DiCaprio movie?
Benjamin Button?
No, that's Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
What's the Leonardo DiCaprio movie where he pretends to be all the different things? He pretends to be an airline pilot, sneaks onto a plane, flies it, pretends to be a doctor, pretends to be a lawyer. Catch Me If You Can. Arian Smith. What's the guy's name in that? Because that's a true story.
Howard Hughes?
No, that's a true story. That Catch Me If You Can. Arian Smith is the football version of that guy. Somehow Arian Smith has tricked everybody. Frank Abagnale, thank you, Frank Abagnale. Arian Smith is the Frank Abagnale of college football. The Taters just scored again. Oh, by the way, back to a 14-point lead for the Tater man. This looks like a track meet game here. We're at 28 points already in the first quarter. Kirby Smart is the most overrated coach ever, says Howie. Ah, damn. Is that the same mental midget that said something else stupid? Yeah, he said Billy Napier is going to be the next Nick Saban, and now Kirby Smart's the most overrated coach ever. Holy, I'm serious. Let me talk to your mom, man, because she needs to take your debit card away. Darian Ford says, found it funny that Aaron Smith could catch with Gunner at QB. Yeah, he couldn't catch shit in the first half. I was all kind of worked up. If Clemson blows out SMU, will SMU be in the playoffs? Yes, SMU's in the playoffs, win or lose. 28 points in one game and 24 in the other. Whoa, shit. Penn State scored. A touchdown even. Out of field goal. 14-10 in the Big Ten title game. Clemson and Oregon going to coast to round one bye. Maybe. Y'all do realize if SMU gets blowed out, Bama is in. No, Bama's only in if Bama's only in if SMU wins. All the haters now saying Oregon's defense sucks. Oregon's defense definitely doesn't suck. Hey, what's up, Jimbo Griffin? Yeah, great game by the Dogs, man. Great game. Arizona State would get by. I think Arizona State should get a bye anyway. I do not think Boise State should get a bye. I don't think a group of 5 team should be a top 4 seed. I just disagree with that in principle. Nice shirt. Ordering my SEC champion shirt now. Pigskin Pete sent me this. It came today. He sent it to me as a Christmas present, and it just happened to come today. But yeah, look, it's got like some kind of a military deal, which of course I'm big in the military and that. With the yellow ribbons on the tree and all that. So yeah, shout out Pigskin Pete. Shout out Pigskin Pete. Bama doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs or losing to Vandy and Oklahoma, says Daniel Monfort. I mean, I hope Bama gets in because it's a potential easy win for Georgia. I mean, anybody that plays Bama, it's a guaranteed win. They're not very good. Voice of Reason says, go you Silver Britches. Last 2 plays was storybook. Well, whole second half, really, especially for Georgia fans who have watched 2 really big games slip away because the other team put in a backup quarterback. To see Georgia win a big game because they put in a backup quarterback in the second half is some poetic justice. You know, Georgia lost the 2017 national title game and the 2018 SEC championship game to a team that changed quarterbacks at halftime in both of those. Georgia was winning at halftime in both of those games. The team changed quarterbacks and beat Georgia both times, and that was rough. So it's good to see Georgia come out ahead on one of those. Lou DeBoer about to play the Connor Stallions role for SMU. Slide them to plays in that. Where are all the Georgia haters at? There's a few in here, but most of them are out back blowing their nose. The committee said they wouldn't punish teams for losing conference championships. SMU will be in no matter what happens. I agree with you. So what if Clemson blows SMU out? Is Bama in? Objection, Your Honor. Asked and answered at least a dozen times. Bama will be in if Clemson keeps this up. No, they won't. Bama is only in if SMU wins. That's it. Georgia should be kept out the playoffs. Their QB got hurt. Yeah, right. 11-2 SEC champions with the hardest schedule in the country. And an automatic berth for winning the SEC, but they should be out. Holy shit, you're dumb. Do away with all the fucking cupcake games. We won't have the BS discussion about the playoff selection. Yes, you will. You will always have this discussion about the playoffs. Always. It doesn't matter how many playoff teams you have. You will always have this. Louisiana down bad? That's no good. UJ's quarterback played against a team with a pulse. The QB had a pulse too. Two-loss, poverty-ass team coach is a terrible person. You sound like somebody that must have got beat pretty bad by Georgia recently. What, are you a Florida State fan? Must be a Florida State fan. Yeah, Kirby beat you by 60 fucking points. No wonder your feelings are hurt. Morning, Lou. Love your channel. Hope you have a great weekend. Yeah, you too, Drew. You too, buddy. Second and 10 for SMU. They're on their own 43. They're going to hand it off. Nowhere to go. Tries to bounce it outside. Can't. Dives forward for maybe a yard, but it's going to be third down for SMU. They're down 21-7. Oregon with the ball up 14-10. They're already back in Penn State territory down near the 40. Oregon has had no problem. They've had the ball twice and they've scored twice. 14-10. Oregon up over Penn State. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. They're on the Penn State 36 or 37 yard line. Dylan Gabriel back to throw. He's going to get sacked back at the 40. Loss of about 3 or 4. 3rd and 9 now for SMU. Motion to an empty backfield. Jennings waits for the snap. There it is. He's back to throw. 3-man rush from the Taters. Nowhere to go with the ball for Jennings. Has to get rid of it. Intercepted. What was he doing? What was he doing? Wow. Wow. Terrible play by the SMU quarterback here. I mean, just a horrible decision. What is he doing? He literally... What in the world is he doing? Wow. SMU is down bad. So is Bama. Damn, Bama's getting blown out. Bama's playoff chances are getting blown out, ain't they? Texas kicker is the only one that shut Texas up. If Bama out, I'm just worried about Oregon. If Clemson wins, does Bama still get in? Objection. Asked and answered about 55 times in the last 10 minutes. Make It Happen says, any Vol fans troll you yet about them being in the playoffs? They about to end that 1998 talk. Yeah, I don't think Tennessee's winning a natty. Scatter covered in chunk. Thank you for the super chat. He says 11-2 with the hardest schedule in America. This was a testament to the coaching staff more than the players. And yes, that includes Bobo. 100% right. Georgia's not winning a natty. They don't have the players to do it. But the fact that they're even where they're at right now, you are right. The coaching staff deserves a ton of fucking credit for this year's Georgia team. Because this team is nowhere near as talented or as good as any of the last 3. 21, 22, or 23. I mean, the wide receiver room is terrible. They lost their top 2 wide receivers to the jail. All of their running backs were hurt all year. They had a true freshman as RB1 and a walk-on as RB2. Massive drop off at the tight end position from the last 2 or 3 years, and the worst defense Kirby's had really since 2016. Yet they're 11-2 against the toughest schedule in the country, SEC champions, and headed to the playoffs with a first round bye. And that is 100% credit to the coaches. I want to see 10 SEC games and 2 non-con. Your thoughts? It's never not going to happen. The fucking pussy-ass coaches in the SEC won't even approve 9 conference games, led by Nick Saban, of course, the biggest pussy of them all, who voted against 9 conference games because he was fucking scared. He's out of the way now, but I don't know how DeBoer will vote on it. Kirby, of course, voted in favor of a 9-game conference schedule. Saban voted against it because he's a giant fucking pussy whose time has passed him by. But there's no way we're going from 8 to 10 if they can't even agree on 9. Devin says, my kid's school had a signed autographed photo of Arian Smith. I told my wife it was fake because he was actually catching a ball. Yeah, that must have been AI. That picture must have been AI generated. Go you Silver Britches. Last 2 plays was Storybook. Yep. Mad lad. Why you mad, bud? He says FSU couldn't have proved the playoff committee more right last year after the last 12 months. Program may never recover. Yeah, the playoff committee definitely made the right decision last year. Florida State was horrendous, as proven by their 60-point beatdown in the Orange Bowl, which I will remind you is the worst loss in the history of bowl games, and we've been playing bowl games for over 100 years. Clemson on 3rd and 3 with another first down to the SMU 32-yard line. They're getting close to the red zone again. Pick the right game to go to, holy moly. Oh, that's right, Shark, you were there. Yeah, you were there. Man, yeah, you did pick a good one to go to. You sure did. RC says, Waffle House fight. Thank you, RC. You know what? I might go to Waffle House in the morning. Is that dumb? We might go to Waffle House in the morning. Super tired of Texas man claiming to run the SEC. Bad night for Texas teams. Texas equals dog food. That's right, Darian. Uncle Lou doesn't know ball. Also, UJ isn't good. Yeah, UJ's terrible, man. You're right. I don't know how they went 11-2, won the SEC, and got a first round bye in the playoffs. I have no idea. I can't figure it out, bud. Maybe you can help me. I don't know. Tanner Lowe, thank you for the super chat. Spank Mapleton says, put some respect on Chaz Chambliss' name. Spank, you need to put some respect on Bobo's name, buddy. I seen you in the comments earlier. You need to go in and delete all that shit. Bobo's the reason we're at where we are, bud. Georgia has one of the most talented rosters in the country year in and year out. Them going 11-2 and winning the SEC is not surprising one bit. I disagree completely. Paper talent is not the same as what you see on the field. If it was, Ohio State would have beaten Michigan, but they didn't. This is one of the least talented Georgia teams we've seen in a while. I'm not talking about recruiting rankings. I'm talking about what you see with your eyes when you watch the games. Of course, you probably don't watch no games, so it's not a surprise to me you have no idea what you're talking about or what's going on. How bad would it be if they put Bama in over SMU? It would be bad. It would be real bad. SMU struggling because it's cold in Charlotte. Yeah, I hear you, Austin. Lord Crimson Eye says, hey Lou, how about this stat? Regular season winners are now 37-24 in rematches in conference championships. I don't think I saw that number, but I did see another number similar to that, something else to do with rematches. And yeah, in that one, the regular season winner was also ahead. But that's what I said the other day, that the talking point about how it's hard to beat a team twice, I don't believe in that just as a principle. Like, I think it's hard to beat a good team once. So if you beat a good team once, is it hard to beat them again? Yeah, but not because you already beat them. It's hard to beat them because they're good. In other words, Georgia could play whoever. Like in Auburn or Mississippi State, whatever the worst teams in the SEC are. Georgia can play those teams 10 times. Right? They're going to win, 8 of them? 9 of them out of the 10? This idea that, the more times you play somebody, the more likely you are to get to 50-50 in terms of a record, I don't believe that. I think it's hard to beat a good team once. So if you play a good team twice, yeah, it's hard to beat them the second time because they're good, not because you beat them the first time. Tanner Lowe, thank you for the super chat. He says, Bama fan here, and I couldn't be more happy y'all beat those guys. Can't stand them. Congrats, sir. It was too cold for Texas in the Georgia Dome today. Yeah. Yeah. Did Oregon just score again? Least talented compared to how many other teams? Not sure what you're... The least talented Georgia team is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about compared to the other Georgia teams. Hey, Lou, how about this stat? Regular... Oh, we read that. Georgia has one of the most talented. We read that. Tanner Lowe. Respect on Chaz. Chambliss. All right. Penn State always looks slow. I can't ever figure out if Penn State is actually slow or if it's their uniform combination that makes them look slow. But I agree. When I watch Penn State, they always look slow. I don't think they are slow. Like, they've got NFL players and I don't know. Like, but they do. I think it's the uniform combination, the way it... I don't know why. Some color scientist would have to explain it. I don't know. Or one of these people in the comment section that eats crayons might know. They're color scientists because they eat crayons. SMU lost to the only top 25 team they have played. How could they put them in? Get to enjoy a dessert. Well, Alabama lost to two teams that don't even have winning records. I mean, if you want to pick out the worst stat about a team in an effort to keep them out, then it's easy to keep Bama out. You say they lost to two teams that didn't have a winning record. You can't cherry pick one particular stat or another. Texas hasn't beaten a ranked team this year either. Did Texas A&M fall out of the rankings or something? I know Texas A&M was ranked last week. Maybe did Texas A&M fall out of the playoff rankings? If they did, then you're right. Texas hasn't beaten a ranked team either. Pick out their best win. Their best win is Louisville, who beat Clemson. Yeah. SMU beat Louisville, Pitt. They beat multiple teams with winning records. Clemson has one win against a team with a winning record. That's Pitt. They beat Pitt. Clemson beat Pitt 24-20. That's the only team Clemson has beat with a winning record. Hey, Uncle Lou, Jay Uso says, yeet. What's a Jay Uso?
It's a wrestler.
A wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm 46 years old.
At least, I think so.
I'm 46 years old. I don't watch wrestling.
Wrestling.
South has wins over A&M, Clemson, and Missouri. Who is South? Dubu is rooting right now. Dubu was root. 21-7. Missed a field goal, though. Dubu was nuke root on that. Dubu was nuke root on that. He missed a field goal. Pushed it right. Texas played a joke schedule the whole year. They wouldn't have made the playoff if they had a decent schedule. 0 ranked wins, says Brock Tony. Well, Brock, I happen to know you're a Bama fan, bud. And Texas did manage to beat Oklahoma easily, a team that you couldn't even get a first down against. So there is that. Bama fan here. Glad I won't have to watch Milroe again. Impressed with your QG today. Thank you, buddy. 21-10, Oregon up over Penn State. 21-7, Taters up over SMU. SMU's got the ball 1st and 10 on their own 38. Jennings back to throw. 2 turnovers already for SMU in this game. First down across midfield inside the Tater 45 to the 43. I do agree that as far as SEC schedules go, Texas had a very favorable schedule. Very favorable schedule. Brandon Kuhn, what's up, buddy? You're the greatest Uncle Lou, best on YouTube. Hey, thanks, Brandon. I appreciate that. I I think this is a pretty average channel, honestly, but I do enjoy the comment section. I think I have the best comment section on YouTube. It's definitely the most entertaining comment section on YouTube. The Big Ten is so poverty that a Pac-12 team can go undefeated in their first year. Shaking my head. Go Dogs. Bama is allergic to 6-6 teams too. Poverty program. Yeah, SMU is a group of 5 team that's about to win the ACC. That's even worse than Oregon winning the Big Ten. Zier the One. What's up, buddy? Where's a wrench? Most people have them out in their garage or in a toolbox or something. What, you want me to go get one or what? Lou, with Zona State's win, can you make an updated video of all the teams who have won a conference championship since Tennessee in 1998? Yeah, I should do that, shouldn't I? 3rd and 19 for Penn State, and would you be surprised if I told you they did not gain 19 yards? So it's going to be 4th down for Penn State. I'm going to have to go pee again in a minute. Jet sweep for SMU goes in reverse. Loss of about 5 yards. Didn't fool anybody with that. Who'd you hide? Oh, man. Did you hide them or just put them in timeout? Don't be hiding people, because that's a massive headache for me. Howie. Message deleted by the biscuit. But Howie's not hidden. Somebody must have timed Howie out. I don't see anybody hidden. Don't hide anybody. Don't time them out unless you have to. I don't know what Howie did, but don't time them out unless they're spamming or talking about somebody's mama or using slurs or something like that. And then don't time them out for more than 5 minutes. And if I see the same people getting timed out over and over, then I'll handle it. Timed out Howie for spamming. Okay, that's fine. Just don't hide anybody. Why am I the only Notre Dame fan that's humble and real, says Manny. There's a few of y'all around. There's a few of y'all out there, Manny. SMU with a field goal attempt here. This is a long one. 50-something yards. It looks good, is it? Just short. Wow, that was about a 55-yarder, and it was about 2 yards short. So the score remains 21-7. Clemson up on SMU. What's up, Centril? Yeah, great game today for the Dogs. Bad night for the state of Texas on the whole. Yeah, the SMU game is surprising to me. I picked SMU to win. I picked SMU and Oregon. All right, commercial on both games. I gotta go pee.
He's gotta go pee.
All right. Did you miss me? SMU can come back strong in the second half, at least I hope they do. SMU's capable of scoring a lot of points. So, I don't think they're out of the game, but it's been a real bad start for SMU. 2 turnovers already. Florida fans are the smartest breed of fans and the best fans around. Yeah. Pat Summitt is a goat, but you sound like an Alabama fan? Well, she's not a goat. She's the GOAT, isn't she, of women's college basketball or whatever? They just showed a comparison between SMU and Bama. I can't stand these delusional Florida fans making the real fans look bad, says Luke Prather. Well, there's a difference between real fans like yourself and elementary trolls like Howie. You say things because you're here to talk football and have legitimate football debate and discussion. Howie says things because he doesn't have any friends and he wants attention and interaction. He doesn't get any real social interaction. He's probably homeschooled because he got bullied real bad at school and his parents had to yank him out. So he doesn't get any social interaction at all. He sits at home all day typing in comment sections trying to get reactions. Whereas you and the majority of the other people in here are here for actual football debate and discussion. Clemson with a jet sweep. Lucky they didn't get called for a hold there. Pushed out of bounds for no gain. Second down coming up for Clemson. Oregon, a rare punt on 4th and 7. I think you're wrong, Tim. I think SMU is in no matter what. Dang, Lou, I was homeschooled, cut me deep. Yeah, I think homeschooling's a waste of time. And Clemson just fumbled. I think they got it back, though. It looks like Clemson got it back. Yeah, Clemson got it back. Avoided disaster there. Lou, thoughts on Gunnar Stockton and what he could bring to the table next season? Hard to draw a lot from that. I mean, I'm not here to shit on Gunnar Stockton. I'm glad we won and that he didn't do anything to blow the game. But it's not like he came in and threw for 200 yards. I mean, Gunnar Stockton, 12 of 16 for 71 yards in an entire half of football. 8 yards rushing. So, again, I'm not here to shit on Gunnar Stockton. Georgia won the game. But we need Carson Beck back. Ward Emanuel said that team is not playing, won't be affected because they have no data point because there is no game, right? I don't know what Ward Emanuel said or not said, but SMU is in the playoffs no matter what. Looked to me like Smart and Bobo wasn't letting Gunnar throw much downfield for some reason. Well, I know the reason. You should know the reason too. It's because he's a quarterback with zero experience at all. And when they did let him throw it, he threw it to the other team. Because that's what quarterbacks with no experience tend to do. That last handoff by Beck was perfect. Heisman moment. I was nervous when they put Beck in there because his arm is injured. And I'm like, please don't fuck up this snap. Please don't fuck. Because everybody knew it was going to be a handoff. Beck wasn't going to run with a hurt arm. And I was like, please don't fuck up this snap. Who do you think would win between Arizona State and Clemson, I would take Arizona State. I don't think Clemson's all that good. I think Arizona State's significantly better than Clemson. All right. It's going to be SMU ball after a Clemson punt with 9:16 to go in the second quarter. SMU down 21-7. 2 early turnovers by SMU led to 14 Clemson points, and that's where we're at. Penn State and Oregon so far has been about what you would think. A lot of Oregon offense, not a lot of Penn State offense. 21-10, Oregon up on Penn State with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Penn State with the ball, 2nd and 10 on their own 11. Dualler throws, intercepted. Could be a pick six, and it's close. Might be down at the 1 yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal, Oregon, at the 1 after a Dualler interception. Penn State's fixing to get blowed out. Lou, did you bet this game? I have Oregon -3. I bought it. The spread was 3.5. I bought it down to 3. And I took SMU -3. Like an idiot. Do you think Penn State? But I haven't lost today. I'm 3-0 today. I was 2-0 on the noon games. 1-0 on the Georgia game. I had Arizona State, Iowa State over 50.5. And Arizona State on the money line. I won both of those. I had Georgia on the money line. I won that. So I'm 3-0 today. As far as games I actually bet on. Brian Kelly says, I'm glad your gambling addiction is being validated. I'm glad your losing tradition is being validated, Brian Kelly. Keep up the good work, bud. Penn State plays 3 games a year. Then they get into a playoff or bowl and lose, says Joseph. Well, they've never been in a playoff and lost. Because they've never been in a playoff. Oregon scored, of course, 27-10 now. Here comes the extra point to make it 28. And we still got 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, and Penn State is about to get humiliated. Terrible play call. Yeah, well, if we would have ran the ball on 3rd and 15, you would have said it was a terrible play call for giving up on 3rd and 15. Why don't you let Gunner throw it? It's always a terrible play call when it doesn't work. Got to go, Lou. Congrats on you. All right, Bo, man. Larry Twiggy says, pay Lou. Yeah, the pay Lou movement's going good this week. I'm up for the week. $392.63 on the pay Lou movement for the week. You want to buy out of our bet for $90. What bet did we have? Oh, didn't we bet on the Georgia-Texas game? And didn't I win the bet? Alabama in with an SMU loss. Alabama in with an SMU loss. Oh, no. Bama's not getting in. Bama's not getting in unless Clemson loses. So, no, I don't want out of that. You got that bet that Alabama makes the playoffs if SMU wins? Yeah, I remember the bet now. No, yeah. The only way Bama gets in is if Clemson loses. That's the bet. Yeah. No, I don't want to buy out of that. Because I'm right. SMU sucks. Yeah, so does Penn State, but they're in the playoffs too. So, and so does Indiana, but they're in the playoffs too. So, and so does Boise State, but they're in the playoffs too. So, I mean, according to my comment section, every team in the country sucks. Lou, the playoff commish said they would consider putting Bama over SMU if they lose. I don't care what the playoff committee said. Justice Terry chose poorly. Was there any news on Georgia QB? Think he'll be ready in time for the next game? I don't think we'll hear any news. This is going to be a personal foul on SMU. Clemson called a fair catch. SMU guy decided to tackle him anyway. Joel Klatt thinks SMU should be out with a loss. Well, Joel Klatt's not on the committee. Is Texas going to get the 5 seed or Notre Dame? My guess would be Texas, but we'll see. It'll be either Texas or Notre Dame would be my guess. I'm just excited to see who Notre Dame has to play. Lou, Napier overachieved my expectations of 2-10. Beck dislocated elbow. I have no idea. And the thing is, if any news that comes out from Georgia or Kirby about Beck, I don't believe it, whether it's good news or bad news. I'm not going to believe anything about Carson Beck until Georgia suits up on New Year's Eve and gets ready to play. And if he's not out there, then I'll know he's hurt and he's not playing. I don't believe anything anybody at Georgia tells me about injuries. 1st and 10 for Penn State. They're down 28-10. Good looking run here by, I believe that's Nick Singleton, into Oregon territory. Gain of about 30. Clemson with the ball in a 21-7 lead with 7.5 minutes to go until halftime. Georgia and Texas should volunteer to not go to the playoffs. What? If UJ is 2, they play the winner of 6-11. I'm not real sure how the bracket breaks down, to be honest. How is Penn State over Ohio State if Ohio State beat them? Because Ohio State has 2 losses and Penn State has 1. Finally, a penalty called on Oregon. Sugar Bowl is on New Year's Day this year, so UJ is almost definitely playing then. Lou, is it safe to say you're disappointed in Coach Franklin? Yeah, I mean, he's got to start winning some of these games. I mean, I go to bat for James Franklin all the time because of what he did at Vandy 10 years ago, but at some point you got to win something today. And it just seems like Penn State fails to rise to the occasion on every single at every single opportunity. You see, Central Florida is trying to bring back Scott Frost. Somebody told me that earlier in the chat, and I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Rudy, thank you, Greg, for the super chat. Rudy, thank you for the super chat. Bama fans getting ready for NASCAR season. Yeah, in the Daytona 500 coming up in February, so Bama fans only have a couple of months to wait before they get to watch something they're interested in again. Dogs end up playing Texas again for the Natty. I have no idea. I don't think Georgia or Texas, either one's going to make the Natty, really. But and plus, I don't know what side of the bracket. They might be on the same side of the bracket, in which case they can't play in the Natty. So I really don't know. Thank you, G Mills. Hunter Rome, thank you for the super chat. Lou, love the show. Been watching since 2015. Go UGA. Hey, thanks, Hunter. I appreciate that, buddy. Austin loves Oregon's uniforms. Everybody wearing all black today with the green helmets. I missed the UJ blackout. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to bring that back or not. Sharkzilla says, somebody told a Florida man you can actually win if your starting QB goes down. Yeah, good point. Good point, Shark. It's a good point, buddy. Penn State jet sweep goes nowhere. A loss of a couple of yards on 1st and 10. It's going to be 2nd and 12. They are in the red zone, though, Penn State is. Clemson, 3rd and 3. Klubnik throws incomplete. Could be a long field goal coming up for Clemson, or they could choose to go for it here on 4th and 3. Let's see. They've got a 14-point lead with 5:26 to go in the second quarter. Let's see what Dubu wants to do. Let's see what Dubu wants to do. Boo. He's going to opt for a field goal, it looks like. This is going to be a 44-yarder from the right hash. I think they're just trying to draw him off. Yeah, that's it. Just trying to draw him off sides. That didn't work. So now let's see that. Why do you not try a 44-yard field goal? I don't understand that. You can make a 44-yard field goal, can't you? What's up, Justin? He says, go freaking dogs. Yeah, what a game that was. What a game. Penn State might win this. I don't know about that. Now would be a good time to live bet Oregon. Penn State just scored. Let's see what the live line is. Here, let's look. Now might be a good time to bet Oregon. Oregon minus 10.5. Should I bet it? The over-under is 79. The over-under right now on the Oregon game is 79.5. Oregon minus 10.5 might be a good bet right now. Or minus 10 would be, hell, minus 9.5 would be the move. Oregon minus 9.5 at minus 117. What should I do? What should I do? What bet should I make over there? Oregon minus 9.5. What? Yeah, I think I'm going to take Oregon minus 9.5. Y'all talked me into it. I'm going to take Oregon minus 9.5. Y'all talked me into that shit. Oh, shit. I can get it at 8.5 now. Let me hurry before it changes. It went away. What is going on here? God damn it. It's not working on there. I'm about to get big mad. My rate, actually. 2. Let's do it on the phone. Come on. Come on. I got Oregon minus 7.5 at minus 113. That's free money. That's free money. Oregon minus 7.5. I like it. I like it. All right, I got it. Oregon minus 7.5. Duval Dog says, short penis man whining about the refs after losing to a backup QB with a 64 QB rating. I hope Bevo gets mad cow disease and has to be old Yellard. Yep. It might be time to take Bevo back out to the farm, ain't it? Might be time to take Bevo out to the farm. Mike Bridges says, what an accomplishment for our Dogs this year. Missed your thoughts after the game, but go Dogs. Basically the same thing. I don't think Georgia is as good this year as they were any of the last 3 years. And they had a much tougher schedule. So the fact that they somehow managed to go 11-2 and win the SEC and earn a first round bye in the playoffs, to me, is a minor miracle. And the coaching staff ought to be given massive raises, including Mike Bobo. Good game, Lou. That hurt like a bitch, says Zane Parr. Yeah, you're a Texas fan, I guess. Yeah, I get it. But look, 12-team playoff, y'all are still in. It hurts today. You know, you got a playoff game in 2 weeks. It's not nearly as bad as it used to be losing these. Look, as a Georgia fan, I watched Georgia lose last year's SEC championship game by 3 points. Same as Texas lost today. And that eliminated Georgia from the postseason. So at least, you know, at least you're not headed to the Liberty Bowl like Alabama is, you know. At least you get to go to the playoffs. It's not the same UJ team from 21 and 22, but they have resiliency. Yeah, well, obviously not 21-22, but I don't even think they're as good as last year. 24-7, Clemson up over SMU. 4 minutes to go in the first half. SMU with the ball, 3rd and 5. Quarterback run, nowhere to go. Thrown down, loss of 5. It's going to be 4th and 10. SMU will have to punt it away. Tried a quarterback draw, it didn't work. Who says how hard a schedule is? Well, there's lots of people that do schedule rankings. You want to look some up? Here, we'll look some up. There you go. College football strength of schedule. College football network, whatever that is. What year is this? What's the date on this? There you go. Strength of schedule. Georgia 10, according to them. Teamrankings.com. Strength of schedule rankings. Georgia 1, Bama 2, Florida 3, Oklahoma 4, South Carolina 5, LSU. That looks like a lot of SEC teams, don't it? Ohio State 8. Resume index, power index, ranking strength of schedule. Here's from On3. Strength of schedule. Memphis 112, UNLV 107, Army 100, Boise State 86. Georgia be way down here somewhere. Notre Dame 57. Georgia 3. Bama 17. I don't know what team you're interested in. Ohio State 26. Tennessee 28. Ole Miss 31. Penn State 36. I don't know what team you're interested in, but I don't know. If you're asking me how they calculate it, I've got no idea. No clue. I mean, I'm assuming it has something to do with the teams you play and their record, but I have no idea. Vols foaming at the mouth to take on the Suckeyes, says Arrow Snake. Yeah, that'll be a great game. 2 good defenses, 2 good running games. Clemson on 2nd and 2 is going to lose about 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 7 coming up for the Tater Man. What an accomplishment for our Dogs this year, Mr. Thoughts. Oh, yeah, we do it, Mike. Thank you, Arrow Snake, Mike Bridges, and Duval Dog. Christian Russell, this is the worst Georgia team we've had in 3 years. I think so. This game is exposing how bad Ohio State really is. Oregon has a guy down, 3rd and 2. 2:44 to go until halftime. Oregon 28, Penn State 17. Penn State gonna win? I don't know. I hope not. I live bet Oregon minus 7.5. Is there a chance SMU gets knocked out if it continues to be a blowout? I don't think so, no. I think SMU's in no matter what. All games are different. Transitive property is stupid. Pizza Fest, you're 100% right, buddy. That is a fact. You know what? I don't know what a Nittany, quote-unquote, Nittany lion is. I don't. I'm not even trolling. I really don't know.
Yeah. Oh, Nittany lion. Compared to a regular lion? I don't know.
SMU is out. Bama would beat them by 2 touchdowns. That doesn't have anything to do with it. Nittany is a mountain lion that's in the mountains near State College. Nostalgia said I thought it was a color. I really don't know. Nittany is a mountain in Pennsylvania, says Jay Programmer. Yeah, so I really don't know, to be honest. I really have no idea. Can't believe Army embarrassed Tulane last night. Yeah, they played good. They played good. Agent C says this is actually a pretty bad Georgia team compared to most Kirby teams, but here we are. And they have a new QB with no tape on him, could win it all. I don't know about Georgia winning it all. I think they're too inconsistent. I mean, they can't play one half of football and win 3 or 4 playoff games in a row, I don't think. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I think they'll have a chance in every game they play, but it seems like, to me, they're just too inconsistent this year to make a playoff run to win the Natty, but I hope I'm wrong. Swaggy Man, what's up, buddy? He says, hated the outcome, but it was a great game, at least after the first half. Congrats and good luck in the playoffs unless we play again. Yes, possible. Could play a third time. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Swaggy. Good to see you in here, buddy. Gumpman says, even if Clemson blows out SMU, Bama is done. Bama, get ready for the Cheez-It Bowl. Lou, congrats on winning the SEC. Bama, your season is over. I'm down bad and drunk, says the Gumpman.
Jesus.
Look, I still think SMU can come back and win this game. It's got nothing to do with Bama. I think SMU's a pretty good team. I think they have the ability to come back and win. Will they? I don't know. But I do think they have the ability to come back and win. I feel like a loser spending my time watching this, says Sham Charbonneau. It's probably a familiar feeling for you, bud. It probably has nothing to do, you feeling like a loser probably has nothing to do with you watching this stream and more to do with your environment and whatever situation you happen to be stuck in. You'd probably be just as miserable whether you were watching this or not, honestly. Shout out to Brian Litchford. Lou, you need more coffee, and we want more BA. Y'all want the lady to come talk to y'all for a while? Y'all got to calm the trolling down a little bit before I get the lady up here to talk to y'all. From a Texas fan, congratulations to your dog, says DK. Yeah, good game, DK. I mean, you got a game goes to overtime. It's literally a crapshoot with the overtime rules, so... You know, Texas easily could have won that game. A couple of missed field goals. It was a great game. Definitely a much better game than the first go-around. Woo, Clemson almost hit a big one there, just out of reach of the wide receiver. It's going to bring up 4th down, though. And they'll have to punt it away. But, wow, this would have been a 90-yard touchdown. Pooh Lane and Ulala deserve no respect. I'll risk the shame and see LSU take both of them at the same time in a bowl game. You want LSU to play Tulane? Well, you want like an in-state battle. I got you. Thank you, Voice of Reason, DK, and Austin for the super chats. I tell you what, I'll go make myself some more coffee at halftime, and I'll let the lady come up here and talk to y'all for a while. But y'all got to be on your best behavior when she comes up here to talk to y'all. SMU fumbles the punt because, of course, they do. But it goes out of bounds. They avoided disaster there. Yeah, Marshall's up 17-3 over Louisiana. The SEC is down bad. Although it's the best conference this year, I think the Big 12 is the second best, says Cole. Where would you see Clemson if they win? I would have all the Power 4 teams 1 through. I wouldn't rank Boise State ahead of any other conference champion. But it's possible Clemson gets the 11 if they win this game. Or that they don't get a top 4 seed. It's possible Boise State finishes ahead of Clemson. I wouldn't do that. If I was on the committee, I would put all the Power 4 teams 1 through 4, and Boise State would be after that. Penn State has dominated Oregon since the pick 6. Yeah, they've come back in this one. 28-23 now. 1:53 to go until halftime of that one. 1:38 to go. Clemson SMU. Clemson up 24-7. Clemson got out to an early 14-0 lead off a couple of SMU turnovers. Boise has already clinched a bye week, unfortunately. Well, they haven't clinched a bye week. I mean, it's up to the committee tomorrow, but they are ranked higher right now than Clemson and Arizona State. If they're ranked higher tomorrow, then they'll get a bye. But they haven't clinched. I wouldn't say they've clinched it. Arizona State not jumping 10 spots. They don't have to jump 10 spots. They just have to jump ahead of Boise State. Hey, Lou, what do you think Georgia will be ranked in the top 4? 2. 2. Do not call them Louisiana. What are we supposed to call them? Oregon collapsing. Yeah, they got out to a huge lead. Penn State just won't go away, though. They just won't give up. Still got a whole half of football to play, though. Avoid Arizona State, and you will be okay. Jeremy, what's up, buddy? Lou, any update on the Tennessee fan that used to call into the show? I see he's been quiet since the loss. And you're talking about Paul Garner. And no, he has not called in a single time since Tennessee lost to Georgia. So he's the worst kind of fan. He's the absolute worst kind of fan. Runs his mouth for 11 months and then disappears the minute Tennessee loses to Georgia. Calls in every week for 3 months in a row. And then Tennessee loses and it's radio silence. Third and 4 for SMU. Trying to get some points before halftime. Jennings back to throw. Caught. It's close to a first down. I think he's going to get it. Yeah, first down SMU. Needed 4, gained 4 and 1 inch. Tennessee is beating Georgia next year. Yeah, y'all say that every year. Eventually, you'll be right. But 2016 was a long time ago. You've been wrong the last 8 times you've said that. Eventually, you will be right. And maybe it'll be next year. But it kind of takes something out of it when you say it every year over and over and over again, and you're wrong year after year after year after year after year after year. As a Tennessee fan, we aren't losing too much on defense, says Jack Longley. Clemson sucks too, says Rhett. Every team in the country sucks. I've seen it in my comments section. People have told me Oregon sucks, Notre Dame sucks, Ohio State sucks, Penn State, Georgia, Texas, Bama, Tennessee, Boise State, Arizona State, SMU, literally every playoff team and every team that even had any chance of getting into the playoffs sucks, according to my comment section. I didn't even know Gary Danielson was alive. Well, you can add that to the long list of shit, bud, that you don't know, which appears to be never ending based on your comments. So just add that to the list, bud. Oregon on a slant, big gain, lots of room across midfield, out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Huge play for Oregon with 1:24 to go in the half. Clemson loses first round, 100%. You don't even want to know who they're playing? Doesn't matter to you who they play? Oregon and UJ in the Natty. We got to see the bracket first, because it's possible Georgia and Oregon are on the same side of the bracket. And if they are, it would literally be impossible for them to play each other in the Natty. How are your Oregon Ducks doing? They got out to a big lead, but they have given it all away. 28-24. They're up on Penn State with 1:18 to go in the first half. 4-point lead for Oregon. They do have the ball on the Penn State 34. 2nd and 1. Handoff, and they pick up the first down inside the 30 to the 29. 1st and 10 Oregon with 1:14 to go. 47 seconds to go until halftime in the SMU Clemson game. 3rd and 16 for SMU. Jennings back to throw on 3rd and 16. Oh, had a man open. Led him a little too far. Dove off the fingertips, incomplete. Would have been a big play and a first down. Instead, SMU looking at a 4th and 16. Boy, you got to kind of come up with that catch if you can, bud. Hey, Lou, you think Carson will be healthy for the second round? You think it will be Gunnar Stockton? No idea, and unfortunately, you can't believe anything Kirby or anybody tells you about injuries. So I don't think we're going to know who's playing quarterback for Georgia in the playoffs until the game starts and we see one of them go out there. Miami froze to death in an indoor stadium. SMU punts the ball away with 40 seconds to go until halftime. Going to be downed on the 1-yard line. 1st and 10, Clemson on their own 1, but only 35 seconds to go until halftime. SMU is dog water right now. Yeah, they are getting beat, outplayed. I mean, it's not a fluke. I mean, they had the 2 early turnovers. But shit, I mean, offensively, they haven't done anything. One good drive, really. That's it. Bobo is a liability. Yeah, right. Bobo should be given a massive raise and contract extension for the miracle he's done work to this year. Cade Klubnik, just a quarterback sneak on first down, and I'm sure that'll be the last play of the half unless SMU calls a timeout, which it looks like they are. They're going to force Clemson to run plays here from inside their 1-yard line, hoping for maybe a bad snap or something. How about that hit Gunnar took at the end of the game? I immediately thought concussion. Yeah, me too. That was a massive hit. Massive hit. Never going to understand the Bobo hate. Dude won 11 games in the SEC title with no receivers and no linemen and running backs who can't stop. I don't get it either, Hassan. Well, I know what it is. They didn't like Bobo 15 years ago, 10 years ago. So the minute Bobo was hired, they said it was a bad hire. And you know how people are now. They can never admit they were wrong on the internet. They can never admit they were wrong on the internet. But Bobo deserves a massive raise and an extension for the miracle he has worked this year with this Georgia offense. What do you think Notre Dame will be seeded after the games? Either 5 or 6. I don't know where Texas will go. Texas will go to either 5. Notre Dame and Texas, I assume, will be 5 and 6. Well, we got to wait and see what happens with Oregon, Penn State. If Penn State beats Oregon, Oregon's going to be 5. You know what I mean? And it's only a 4-point game, so it's you really can't say yet. Pedo Lou must be excited tonight. I'm a pedo now?
Jesus Christ.
Is there something about tonight that gets pedos excited, or what?
They're reaching now. Reaching.
You're my go-to source of information when it comes to pedophile activity. What is it about tonight that excites pedos, bud? What are the chances Alabama gets in over SMU? 0, in my opinion. Send SMU to the Outback Bowl. The ACC doesn't play in the the Outback Bowl doesn't even exist anymore, but damn, Lou, you like little girls? What? Are y'all really in here to make pedo jokes? Had Beck not gotten hurt and forced UJ to run the football, Bobo would have kept throwing the ball to Smith. Yeah, Bobo would have kept throwing the ball to Smith. Yeah. There's a lot of dumb Georgia fans, Barkley, but you're near the top of the list, bud. Notre Dame practiced today outside, 19 degrees. Yep, Tennessee practiced outside today, 20 degrees. Tuscaloosa, 20 degrees today. Athens, 20 degrees. Believe it or not, it's cold down here. I know you've never left whatever zip code you live in up north, but it's cold down here in the 20s. Hey, Lou, what do you think of Gunnar Stockton? I mean, we won the game. I'm not going to hate on him. Did he blow me away? No. Notre Dame, no injuries today. Yep. No wins, or conference titles, or bye weeks either. Also, no major postseason wins since 1991 for Notre Dame. Bama headed to the playoffs. Well, you better hope SMU comes back and wins the game then. If not, no Bama in the playoffs. Is that all these Northerners talk about is the fucking weather? Yeah, pretty much. That and cream of wheat. What the hell is cream of wheat? It's what poor people eat who can't afford grits. Up north. I'm a big Notre Dame fan, but we better hope for Arizona State first round, but they looked good today. I hate it when Yankees tell me you don't know what cold is. So does this mean the northern teams aren't any good and the weather saves their asses every time? Yeah, that's basically the argument that they're making. They can't beat you in a dome and climate-controlled situation, but how the hell is Oregon not blowing out Penn State? Well, they were. They were. We were writing Penn State off 10 minutes into the game, and Oregon's done let Penn State come all the way back. They did kick a field goal at the end, but 31-24 with 7 seconds to go until halftime. We will jump SMU. We are in, says King T. I disagree. I disagree with that. Sometimes it's colder here than in New York. Yes. Yes. Obviously, it's colder up north. Well, no. You can't just make a blanket statement that says, obviously, it's colder up north. There were multiple days this week, because I showed it on stream every single day, where it was colder in Tuscaloosa, Alabama than it was in Columbus, Ohio. Same day, same time. So no, you can't make a blanket statement that just says it's colder up north. No, not always. In general, yes. But on some random day, no. And besides, that's not even the point. The point is, fans of Notre Dame and Ohio State saying Southern teams can't play in the cold because it doesn't get cold down here. Of course it gets cold down here. It's been in the 20s all week. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to do this. Columbus, Ohio, December 2023 weather. This was the weather every day in Columbus, Ohio last December. The playoffs are on the 20th and the 21st. High of 42, high of 39. Y'all are likely playing Tennessee. It's 37 in Knoxville right now. I mean, it's snowing in Knoxville on Wednesday of this week. What do you think Tennessee is going to do? Shut football down because it's 40 degrees and snowing? No. They're going to practice just like Ohio State is or whoever else. Notre Dame. Like, it gets cold, believe it or not. The problem is a lot of these people that say this, they've never left whatever zip code they're trapped in, somewhere up north. And they think everything down here is Miami. 90 degrees and sunny every day of the year. They're retarded. The weather is just something Ohio State fans use to make themselves feel better. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Makes me laugh that all these fan bases that didn't play this weekend are talking shit. Yeah. Well, they don't have anything else to do, DK. Lou, how about the chances of Georgia ruining another team's New Year's again? Yeah, the playoffs are on what, New Year's or New Year's Day? So Georgia will be playing then. Lou, do you think there's any scenario where Bama doesn't make it? Yeah. I do. If Clemson wins, Bama's out. If Clemson loses, Bama's in. I think it's that simple. All right, halftime of both games. You sure you want to do this?
They'll be nice.
They trolling hard.
They'll be nice.
All right, the lady's going to come up here. Now, don't make me regret this. I'll be back in a minute.
Y'all be nice, right? That's right. Don't mistreat the lady. Good morning. Ooh, it's going so fast. I'm doing good, colorblind. You got my back, Jody. Thank you. I appreciate it. Facts. Facts. Horn line overtones. Yes, Roy Anderson. Except for tomorrow, our flight leaves at like 6 a.m. So that means we have to be up at like 4. So I'm probably not gonna be doing a show tomorrow. So because we're leaving for New Orleans on Monday morning. But yes, I still do weekly Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Just not tomorrow. Just not tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think we're brave enough to attempt to go during Mardi Gras. So, however, we are going to be walking down Bourbon Street. Last year we did during the day, so we're gonna attempt to do it at night. Are you okay? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? My dog is getting into some helmets. I'm sure he'd have no problem showing you his feet. No, we don't have family in New Orleans, so we just went last year for the first time, and we decided to, just to do like a yearly thing every year because we had so much fun last time we went. Oh, where do I stream? Oh, I don't know if he's got it on here. Let me see. uh, I'm not sure how to do this. Yeah, I don't want to press any buttons, so I'll wait till he comes back to do it. Good morning, Ben. How are you? Oh, is that right, Rodney? So is she a dogs fan too then? What's my thoughts on Dr. Pepper? It's okay. I used to drink it a lot when I was a teenager, but yeah, I've kind of gotten away from drinking soda. Around the same time, I actually quit smoking too. So, do I play a sport? No, no, I don't. That's right. Go dogs. Oh, thanks, Lou. Yeah, he posted my channel in the chat right there. So, yeah, if you're not subscribed, go subscribe. Unfortunately, like I said, I won't be doing a show tomorrow. And I usually, if you guys know Tiger Cat, she's the LSU fan. She's usually my co-host. But we're leaving at 6 a.m. on Monday to go to New Orleans. So, yeah, we had just have to be up early. So,
Happy birthday to Devin. Happy birthday to Devin. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from Uncle Lou.
happy birthday, Devin. I'm doing good, Uncle Badass. Oh, you guys want to see their ring again? He did good. He did good. So, yeah, he did good. Well, I've only been to one stadium, so that's Sanford Stadium. So, I've only been to one college football game. No, it's just a ring. It's just a ring. It's just a ring. Now all I need is a Georgia ring. I have no idea what's happening in South Korea. Right. A diamond ring on the ring finger. That's right. Well, I mean, technically they're all ring fingers, right? So, did I go to college? I went to a tech school. I'm a hairstylist by trade. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you, whoever's behind the Ghost of Melissa May account, won't go away. But yeah, I understand. Well, I'm glad she's doing good. Unfortunately, I do not, Nick. Both of my sisters are married with children, so. I don't vote, Sam. Just so you know. I don't vote. I'm not really into politics, so. What is your favorite movie? Oh my goodness. You guys are putting me on the spot now. I don't know. I like all kinds of movies, so probably one that I could actually sit down and watch like every time it comes on is I love The Notebook. Yeah, I hope so. I hope we get some gumbo in New Orleans, but we're really wanting to go eat some more gator tacos at Drago's. So good. I don't vape. What's your favorite band right now? Well, I'm listening to Christmas music right now, so. But I can't. I listen to all kinds of music. I mean, my favorite genre though is like '90s, like yeah, like '90s. It's just music that I listened to growing up in my teens, high school. What's my favorite Christmas movie? National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Do I style Woo's hair? I used to be his hairdresser, but no, not anymore. So he takes care of that all on his own. What's your favorite Xmas singer? I can tell you who is my least favorite Xmas singer. Mariah Carey. I think yeah, yeah. She's overrated, I think. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, Ben. We're we're not gonna get into this. Leave Mariah Carey alone. That's right, Austin. Right, right. Am I getting Lou anything for Christmas? Yes, I got Lou quite a few things for Christmas, actually. One thing that I think that he's going to really, really appreciate. So, do I know how to cut modern mullets? Yes, I do. Do I like cutting modern mullets? No. I mean, but if you're paying me to do it, then I'll do it for you. Yeah, like I'm going to tell you what I got Lou for for Christmas. Thoughts on Carolina Jackpot? I love Carolina Jackpot. I love Carolina Jackpot. Right, Austin? Doesn't belong, right? Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. Just because it takes place on Christmas does not make it a Christmas movie. Oh, it went good, Sam. Thank you. Yeah, we had about, oh my gosh, I think about 10, 10 or 10, 11 teenage, mostly boys over here. And my son's girlfriend was here too. But yeah, it was, they almost ate us out of house and home. So I didn't, I don't prefer modern mullets. And, but I, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong besides that it's, you know, not a good look on anybody. Fight me. Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. Fight me. Die Hard 2. Is that the one with what's his name? Justin Long? Terrifier. Lou and I actually binge watched Terrifier. And I know like Terrifier 3 came out around Halloween time. I think we're gonna wait for it to come to like a streaming service before we watch it. But yeah, we were told we should watch the Terrifier. And like, we ended up like binge watching it. So like right around Halloween. On what? Pizza? I'll eat ham on a pizza, but I won't eat pineapple on a pizza. I've had pineapple on pizza before. It's not great. It's not great. Yeah, A Christmas Story is definitely a Christmas movie. So, fun fact: I actually, when my kids were little, and I spent Christmas Eve watching, wrapping gifts while they were sleeping. I used to watch that movie, Christmas Story, because I don't know which one is NBC or ABC. You know how they had like the 24-hour marathon Christmas Eve of playing that movie. But yeah, I would wrap presents for my kids and watch that movie. Every Christmas, every Christmas Eve. My opinion is rigged. I mean, you know what they say, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So I went to Disney in April of earlier this year with my daughter for a school trip. It was my first time going in 30 years. I was probably around my daughter's age when the last time I went, but I mean, we didn't eat really too many restaurants in the park. At the resort that we stayed at, they had like a little restaurant area where we did most of our eating. But the one ride that I will tell you that I absolutely loved is Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh my gosh, that's probably one of the best rides, like roller coaster rides I've ever been on. So is Lou going to buy a pet bulldog? No. If he was, the next pet that he would probably buy or get would be a beagle. He really wants a beagle. That's not a good idea, Austin, because I don't know I wouldn't know anything. So right, Luke? Yeah, that ride was amazing. Like, I don't think I've ever been on a ride like that before. So it was amazing. Next best Christmas movie is Home Alone. My kids love that movie, Home Alone. My son that just turned 18 on Thursday, his favorite Christmas movie is Polar Express, but he's loved it ever since he was like a little boy. So, no, we have not been to Universal. I don't know if he's ever been, but I've never been to Universal Studios. But him and I together have never been to Universal Studios. Oh, thank you. Yeah, his birthday was Thursday. He turned 18. What's Lou's favorite Christmas movie? I think his favorite Christmas movie is also National Lampoon's, I think. Christmas Vacation. Harry Potter ride is the bomb. We tried to ride the Harry Potter ride, but the line was like stupid long, and then we tried to do like the reserve a spot thing, but we couldn't get in, so.
Second half underway. How'd they do?
They were good. They were
real
good. Yeah, well
All right.
behaved.
Appreciate y'all behaving for the lady there. Y'all can get back to trying to troll me if you want to. Jeremy says, Lou, how about the chances of Georgia ruining another team's New Year's again? Okay, we're caught up. We read that, so we're caught up on Super Chats. Yeah, Christmas Vacation, my favorite Christmas movie. I like a lot of them, though. I like Elf. I actually like Polar Express, too. I don't watch Polar Express every year. I watch Christmas Vacation and Elf every year. We've already watched Elf.
Yeah, you and
We watched it like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, me and my son. That's my son's favorite Christmas movie is Elf. We watched it about 2 weeks ago. I haven't watched Christmas Vacation, have we?
I know we haven't.
No, we haven't watched it. We hadn't watched Christmas Vacation yet this year. Maybe they'll have it on the plane.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I might. If they have it, I might watch it on the plane on Monday if they have it. My favorite horror movie, Saw 1. Saw 1.
No, Ben, he doesn't think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie either.
Christmas Vacation is one of the best overall movies ever. Yeah, I love that movie. It gets better the older you get too, especially once you have like look, Christmas Vacation came out when I was a teenager and I liked it then. But when you get older, like my age, and you have a family and you have kids and you go through some of that shit that Clark goes through in that movie, the movie becomes even better over time. You gain a new appreciation for that movie once you become a family man yourself. My kid loves Polar Express. She sings the hot chocolate song every time I make her some. I don't know where you live, Steve, but in North Carolina, I forget where. I think it's in North Carolina. Maybe somebody will know. Or is it in Tennessee? They have a Polar Express train that you can take your kids on. And they come out and they do the whole song and dance thing and they give you hot chocolate. You're literally on a train, riding on a train. And they go through this town and the whole town is decorated like the Polar Express movie. And at the end of the town, you go into these woods and then the woods open up and the North Pole is there. It's pretty cool if you're into especially if your kids are into the Polar Express. It's really cool to do. Joshua, what's up, buddy? He says, oh, yeah, good evening in that. Woo, congrats on the Dogs. Playoff football is going to be a blast. Go Irish. I cannot wait for these playoff games, guys. These home playoff games are going to be unlike anything we've ever seen. College, so it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for these home playoff games. Unknown Messiah, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the super chat. He says, congrats, Woo, the Bulldogs beat them burnt orange bastards. Looked like Matthew McConaughey's halftime speech wasn't enough. Whoa, Todd, whoa. Yeah. Appreciate y'all hitting the super chat to support the show. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. We could debate that all night. People love arguing about that. I don't think it is, and we just leave it at that. Commercial on both games. Why the hell is Bama even in this? I don't think they are. I don't think they're getting in unless SMU comes back and wins. I don't think SMU's falling out. I think SMU will not ban. I think Clemson will come in and SMU will fall, but not enough, and Bama will get knocked out. Bryson City. Yes, that's it. It's in Bryson City. That's in North Carolina. We go through Bryson City to get to Cherokee. Yeah, so that's in North Carolina. I couldn't remember if it was North Carolina or Tennessee. But yeah, that's right. Bryson City. Yep. Austin says took his 3-year-old and she loved it. Yeah. You take your kids when they're young like that and really into the Polar Express, it's amazing for them. What do you see your team seed, Lou? Probably 2. Probably 2. Yeah, Rudy only had 1 tackle. That was it. Georgia had a walk-on quarterback win 2 national titles. All Rudy did was line up off sides and make 1 tackle. Rudy fucking sucked. Cade Klubnik back to throw. Pass complete. No, dropped. Receiver was open close to the first down marker, but he dropped it. If he drops a couple more, he can transfer to Georgia. 2nd and 10 for Clemson. Third quarter just underway here. Clemson, of course, out to a big halftime lead. 24-7, 14:51 to go. Klubnik throws complete across the 30 to the 32, first down, Clemson. Buy your wife a coffee. Love your show. Go Irish. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. I will. I'll do that. Penn State is winning the Natty. Well, that would be the shock of the century, wouldn't it? I'd be shocked if they can just beat a top 10 team. Never mind win a Natty. 2nd and 10 now for Clemson. They are on their own 32. First possession of the second half. They're up 24-7 over SMU. A little bit surprising here. SMU is about a 3-point favorite. Quarterback draw for Klubnik. Might have gained a yard. That's about it. 3rd and long coming up now for the Taters. Go Dogs from the Hill people. Horns down. What's up, Trace? Good to see you in here, buddy. Yeah, the Dogs got it done today. SEC champs. 3rd and 9 for Clemson. See if SMU's defense can make a play and get off the field here. They bring a blitz. Clemson picks it up, throws, pass broken up. Good defense by the SMU corner. 4th and 9. And SMU's defense stops Clemson on the first possession of the second half. They'll have to punt it away. SMU will get a chance to try to claw back into this game. Unknown Messiah, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, I heard Texas was back, but that's only when they don't play Georgia or Washington. Hashtag it ain't 2009 no more. Woe tie whoa. Clemson gets the punt away. Jeremy, thank you for the super chat. Jeremy says, thoughts on Bill Belichick interviewing for the North Carolina? I think it would be a terrible hire. It reminds me of Arizona State hiring, who was it, Herm Edwards? I think it's terrible. I think it would be a terrible hire. College and NFL aren't even the same sport, really, in terms of coaching. I think it would be a terrible hire. And he's 1 year younger than Mac Brown. I don't understand why you want to get rid of a 74-year-old to hire a 73-year-old. I don't get it. I think it would be a terrible hire. SMU with a quarterback draw, trying to get to the corner. Can't. Might have gained a yard. That's about it. Penn State moving again. Are they? 3rd quarter underway. Penn State and Oregon. Good game there. 28-24 at halftime. Big Ten can't play no defense. Woo. Yeah, track meet game done broke out in the Big Ten. I'm not surprised Oregon is scoring. We see a lot of that from Oregon. I am absolutely shocked that Penn State is keeping up with them, though. Absolutely shocked. 31-24, not 28, I'm sorry. 31-24. Penn State with a 2nd and 4 here. Their first possession of the second half. They're on their own 31-yard line. Dualler pass complete out in the flat, out of bounds, just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1 now. 2nd down for SMU. 2nd and 4. They're on their own 45. They need a touchdown to try to get back in this game. Big run by Jennings. Picks up a first down across midfield and slides near the Clemson 45. First down, Mustangs. They want Belichick because it would get a lot of kids in the portal. Why? Are there a lot of 16-year-olds or whatever 20-year-old college players that are dying to play for Bill Belichick? Uh-oh, big play SMU all the way down to the 10-yard line. What a catch. Daniels Jr. laid out, made that catch for SMU. Are there a bunch of 19 and 20-year-old college kids that are dying to play for Bill Belichick? Why? I think they should go after the Tulane coach, Sumrall. That's who I would get if I was North Carolina. SMU on the ground inside the 10 to the 9. Gain of about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up now for SMU. Oregon belongs on the West Coast playing West Coast teams, says Georgia Pyro Dog. Yeah, geography is irrelevant when these teams are taking private planes back and forth. I don't really care about that anymore. It's not the 1940s. They're not taking horse and buggy anymore. Geography's out the window. I mean, Miami's been playing Syracuse for 20 years and nobody said anything. Arizona State's been playing on the road at Oregon for 20 years. Nobody said anything. Wow, wide open touchdown for SMU. They made that look easy. That was the best drive of the day for SMU by far. They went right down the field and scored. 24-14, SMU back in the game now. When ETN scored, I almost went into a ditch 2 houses down from picking up my Uber passenger, scared the crap out of her. I bet it did. Thank you for the super chat, Crimson Eye. Yeah, I bet it did. I've never heard anybody complain about Miami having to travel to Syracuse or Oregon having to travel to Arizona, but now all of a sudden it's a problem to travel from Columbus, Ohio to Los Angeles. Like, Columbus, Ohio to Los Angeles is a shorter distance than Miami to Syracuse, and they've been making that trip for 25 years, so I don't really understand the argument. How does the portal affect teams that are into playoffs? When do they have to go in? They can go in as soon as it opens. Is Florida State still suing the ACC? Yeah. What's funny is Florida State suing the ACC because they say they need more money to stay competitive. SMU is playing in the ACC championship game for zero TV money. SMU's in the ACC and they're not getting any money at all. None. Zero. Not a dime in TV money. So apparently SMU doesn't need money to be competitive, but for some reason Florida State does. I missed your super chat. Since Georgia beat Tennessee and Texas, does that mean Georgia gets to pick who the real UT is? Orange teams can't beat us this year. Go Dogs and woe Tide. Yeah, how many orange teams did we beat? Texas twice, Tennessee, Florida, Auburn, Clemson. I think is the only orange team we didn't beat is what? Oklahoma State, Syracuse. Yeah, we beat a whole handful of orange teams. Clemson is crapping themselves a little right now. If SMU's offense gets going, they can definitely get back in this game. So SMU with a loss keeps Bama out, or what? Yeah, if Clemson wins, they're automatically in. What would keep Bama out would be an SMU win. If SMU wins, Bama is in. If SMU loses, Bama is out. Is Gunner considered a damn good dog now? I think he was always considered that. The only people to have Alabama at 74% for making the playoffs is ESPN, the commissioner of the SEC. Bobo needs a raise. Yes, and a giant contract extension. I need SMU to win from a degenerate gambler point of view, says Atypical Gum. Yeah, I bet on SMU too. SMU -3. And I live bet Oregon -7 or 7.5. Did Penn State just miss a field goal? Yep, they sure did. Penn State just missed a field goal. Still a 7-point game. Didn't y'all hate Bobo for half the season? Not me, but a lot of Georgia fans have always hated Bobo and still do because they're idiots. But no, I've been on the Bobo train since the beginning. If it comes to UJ versus Oklahoma, how do you feel? Oklahoma's not in the playoffs, bud. Talking about Oregon? Well, Oregon would be favored. Tell you that. Oregon would be favored for sure. Boo Boo was root. Yes. Boo Boo Woo's root. Boo Boo Woo's root. Bama still at 74% chance to be in with Clemson win. I don't care about whatever percentages or whatever you're. I mean, anybody can make some percentage up. Like whatever percentage that is, isn't in the playoff committee. If I'm telling you, SMU is in the playoffs no matter what. So you better hope they beat Clemson. I don't know why you think it means anything that some website says that somebody's in at 75. ESPN doesn't have any, it's an ESPN ranking, so ESPN doesn't have anything to do with who makes the playoffs, buddy. Nothing. ESPN doesn't have a thing in the world to do with who makes the playoffs. Nothing. When Summerall left my Troy Trojans, we almost rioted at the university. Would be a really good hire for UNC. First and 10 for Clemson. They're in SMU territory on the 46. Club Dick back to throw. Underneath, complete. Slung down at the 39, gain of about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5 now for the Tater Man. ESPN has huge SEC bias. Why? Why do you think that? Why would ESPN have SEC bias? Strength of schedule matters. So does record. And losing to 500 teams. I mean, Bama's got 2 losses to teams that don't even have a winning record. Second and 5, Clemson dropped for a loss. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now. Yeah, I'm live streaming a selection show, yeah. Bama is way better than SMU. Well, according to, I mean, that's an opinion. That's one opinion, yeah. That's one opinion. Because Shannon Sharp and Lenore Sellers run trains on old ladies? What? Belichick is back relevant with his new boo thing? Yeah, I don't know anything about that either. Thank you for the super chat, Rod. Club Dick sacked on 3rd and 6. Back on his own 47-yard line. Clemson's going to have to punt it away. SMU getting some momentum here. Lou, accept reality. Bama is getting in. Yeah, Bama is getting in if SMU wins. Bama is getting in if SMU wins. Lou, what do you think Notre Dame not playing today under this 12-team playoff? Well, they're not playing because they're not in a conference. No one's playing today unless they're in a conference championship game, but Notre Dame, of course, too scared to join a conference, so they'll never be playing today. Can someone answer me this question? Where is the ACC game being played? Charlotte, North Carolina. The Carolina Panthers NFL Stadium. Charlotte, North Carolina. Bama is not better. Thank Oklahoma, Vandy, or Tennessee. Oh, my God. Oregon, of course, does that. Lou, I know you're not an NFL guy, but from what you saw, who was better in their prime, Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees? Oh, man. I'd probably take Aaron Rodgers, but that's a close one. And I'm no NFL expert, like you said, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't even care enough to argue about it. Hey, Lou, what did you think of Stockton today overall? Well, I was happy he didn't do anything to lose the game. I mean, he had that one really bad throw. The interception that he shouldn't have thrown. He didn't light the world on fire. I mean, I think he had, 70 yards passing and 8 yards rushing. But, I mean, to come in that spot, in that situation with that amount of pressure, I thought he did about as well as you could have expected him to do. And if he is the starter going forward, you have to assume he'll get a little bit better with 3 weeks practice as the starter. But I don't know what the extent of Carson Beck's injuries are. Yeah, I mean, pointing out that you think Alabama would beat Clemson is pretty useless, considering you also think Alabama would beat Vandy and Oklahoma. And they didn't. Oregon, big game, could be a touchdown, 10-5, touchdown Ducks. That's great for the Pelu movement. 37-24 now. Here comes the extra point. It's good. 38-24. And we've got a 14-point game. Hey, Lou, Bama fans about the playoffs should be like Frozen. Just let it go. Alabama's a top 5 team. Yeah, top 1, Sam. They're top 1, buddy. Alabama's number 1, bud. Penn State is moving the ball on Oregon but needs to finish. I think Bama would beat Georgia. Let's go Oregon. I feel bad for Penn State fans. They can never get over the hump. Yeah. Always the bridesmaid. What's the biggest bet you won, Woo? Whatever? On sports betting? $1,000. Kirby will send Ole Miss and Bama and Cox a postcard from the playoffs. Jeffrey Collins, go Dogs, buddy. Austin, thank you for the super chat. He says, hey Lou, what would my name be if I was a QB like Club Dick or the Pineapple? Is your name Austin Plunkett? Austin Fuckett? How about that? that damn QB, man, he don't give a shit. Look at him. He don't care. Austin Fuckett. 1st and 10 for SMU. They're down 10. Playing better in the second half so far, but not on that play. Loss of 3 back to the 10 on a jet sweep. 2nd and 13. What betting website do you use? I have a local bookie that I use. UJ needs this rest. Good thing they won. Well, they were getting rest, win or lose. Either 2 weeks off or 3 weeks off, depending on if they won or lost. Jennings running all over the place. Ends up having to throw it out of bounds, incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 13 now for SMU. Oddball Live, what's up, buddy? He says, hey, Woo, go Dogs. What did you think of Stockton, and do you think Kirby will use him as a start next game? Well, not if Beck is If Beck can play, Beck will play and start. If Beck can't start, then it'll be Gunner. I thought he did okay. I mean, it wasn't anything out of this world. He didn't blow me away. I think he had 70 yards passing, 8 yards rushing. He had that one really bad interception, but he didn't do anything to blow the game, and that was a lot of pressure on him. So, I mean, I'm not going to hate on him, but, I mean, it's not like he came in and it's like, oh, my God, he should have been starting the whole time. No, it's nothing like that. Oh, 3rd and 13, SMU nearly converted it on a deep throw, but it falls incomplete. Now SMU will be punting from their own end zone. About to give Club Dick the ball back. Yeah, SMU's about to punt it away. Rudy says Ohio State sucks. SR and the boys, thank you for the super chat. Boy, there's nobody at this ACC championship game. The entire upper deck is empty. Did y'all just see that aerial shot? God damn. I mean, nobody. The entire upper deck was empty. SR says, I'm a Bama fan. SMU deserves it, win or lose. Yeah, I mean, SMU was 11-1 in the regular season. Their only loss was by 3 on the road at BYU, a ranked team. Bama was 9-3 in the regular season with 2 losses to teams that don't have a winning record. I mean, it's just pretty simple to me. Bama's not jumping SMU. Did the ACC champion game tickets sell for more than $13? I don't know. I never looked them up, but are y'all watching? Did y'all see that? I'm not even trolling. The aerial shot, there was nobody up there. I'm surprised, really, because Clemson's not that far from Charlotte. I mean, a few hours, but I mean, you can drive there. SMU has 0 ranked wins. Yep. and no losses to teams without winning records. Like Bama, who has 2 of them. 2 horrible fucking losses. And 3 losses total, which is 2 more than SMU had in the regular season. Again, 11-1 SMU, 9-3 Bama. And 2 of Bama's losses were to teams without a winning record. It's literally that simple. Bama's not jumping at SMU. It's not SMU's fault that Bama wasn't good enough to play today. If Bama played today, they'd have 4 losses. It's not SMU's fault that Bama wasn't good enough to play today and avoided a 13th game. SMU's getting in. I know that makes you mad. Believe me, you're irate. I mean, you've been rage typing for 2 hours about it. You're drooling, probably. Shaking, too. I know it makes you mad. But just because something makes you mad doesn't mean it ain't true, bud. 3rd and 5 for Penn State. They're down 14. Aller pass incomplete, intended for Singleton out of the backfield. And Penn State will have to punt it away with 6:24 to go in the 3rd. Why do you think OSU keeps losing to Michigan? I think it's in their head now because the first 3 losses were understandable. I don't mean they're acceptable. I know Ohio State wants to beat Michigan every year. I get it. But the point I'm making is Michigan was a top 5 team the first 3 times Ohio State lost to them. This year, Michigan was absolute fucking dog shit. And Ohio State lost to them. So this was completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. Carson has better stats, but Stetson was more clutch in key moments. I'd buy that. I'll buy that. And I'm not the world's biggest Stetson fan either, but it's hard to deny what Stetson did lots of times with the game on the line. First season, I've agreed with this chat as a Bama fan. Let the Giants sleep. Daddy Saban went to get some milk. Stepdaddy DeBoer is all right, but he'll never be dad. Yeah, DeBoer's going to be fine, but, I mean, he's not Saban. You're right. Penn State, we're back candidate. My God. Well, we got to wait till 2026 to put Penn State on the we're back list because they did win the Big Ten in 2016. Bennett's the greatest QB we ever had. Yeah, I disagree a lot with that. A lot. There's only 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and Bama getting into the playoffs somehow. Well, that would make sense if Bama had gotten into the playoffs every year, but they haven't. In fact, 2 years ago, TCU got into the playoffs over Bama. So, and this year, SMU is getting in over Bama. So, what happened to those daily videos you said you would make? I did for 1 year. Once a week, I think is what it was. Once a week for a year. In every video, I mentioned how great Stetson Bennett was. Do you think Scott Frost is a good coach? Well, he it didn't work at Nebraska, but nobody's worked at Nebraska. So we'll see. I guess he's going back to Central Florida again. I mean, when he was winning all those games at Central Florida the first time, they was beating up on a bunch of Group of 5 teams. Now Central Florida is a Power 5, so I mean, it's going to be more difficult. We'll see. Uh-oh, big play for the Taters. All the way inside the 25. Bennett won 2 natties. Yeah. Well, everybody on the team that year won 2 natties. But everybody on the team won 2 natties. I'm not seeing anyone who Carolina can't beat. I mean, he needs to fix it. Fix what? Don't lose 3 games in the first 6 weeks of the season. South Carolina lost 3 of their first 6 games. Don't do that if you want to make the playoffs. Don't get blown out at home. Did they call pass interference on Clemson here? Oh, yeah, they sure did. Yep, they sure did. Best QB ever at UGA? I would take Aaron Murray. Don't get blown out away by a mediocre Ole Miss team. Well, that was on the road. You got blown out at home. Which one you think's worse? Also, Georgia lost less games than you and won the SEC. That's a lot of shit you didn't do and have never done. South Carolina, 0 SEC championships ever. Haven't won anything since 1969 when you won an ACC title. Don't lose 3 games in the regular season. Don't get blown out at home. Bama didn't lose at home. Not talking about Bama. He's talking about South Carolina. In retrospect, the most successful QB is Stetson Bennett. Well, then every player on the team that year is the most successful at that position that Georgia's ever had. So, that means that Keely Ringo is better than Champ Bailey. Stafford? Well, Stafford's the best NFL quarterback Georgia's ever had. That's for sure. There's no debate or question about that. I think Aaron Murray was a little better in college. Klubnik on the ground. Close to a first down at the 5-yard line. Oregon looks fast. Well, they are fast, and they look even faster because they're playing Penn State, and Penn State always looks slow. Boring ass games today. I guess you didn't watch the SEC game. Yeah, but they lost to Bama and Ole Miss and LSU. Hines Ward was pretty good too. No. We didn't. Hines Ward, 0 natties. Whatever average wide receiver Georgia had 2 years ago is better than Hines Ward because they won 2 natties. That's according to the comment section logic. You know what I'm saying? First and goal for the Taters on the 4. Klubnik in a shotgun. Snap. Quarterback sweep. Out of bounds at the 2. David Green better than Murray? I don't think so, no. We need SMU to keep it close. Who is we? Klubnik under center, toss sweep, SMU strings it out, and they're going to lose 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd and goal now from the 7. I didn't say South Carolina sucks. I said they're not getting in the playoffs because they lost 3 games and got blown out at home. I mean, again, you can get mad about it, but that's what happened, and that's why they're not in the playoffs, nor they deserve to be. Doesn't mean they're not a good team. They are a good team. But being good doesn't get you in the playoffs. Ole Miss has the same record as you and beat you. Should Ole Miss be in too? Alabama has the same record as you and beat you. Should they be in too? Touchdown Taters. SMU down bad. We've been hard on Everett for 2 seasons. Happy he had a good game against Texas. Yeah, he got eaten up a couple of times today, but overall he played pretty well. And he obviously had the 2 big plays. Hey, Lou, do you think Georgia will play Alabama in the playoffs? Well, not this year because Alabama's not going to be in the playoffs. Beck is a pickoff machine. Well, he was the first 8 weeks of the season. He's done a lot better the last 4 or 5 weeks, whatever it is. He's only got, 1 interception in the last 5 games? So he's turned it around the last 5 games. Lou knows Bama is in. No, Bama's not in. Unless SMU wins, Bama's not getting in. SMU's not falling out. Lou, what do you think of Georgia defense and offense performance? All the defense played pretty good today. I mean, they gave up a lot of yards. If you're Texas, you got to be kicking yourself because in these big games like that, you can't dominate. Texas completely dominated the first half and had, what, 6 fucking points or something? Whatever it was. Like, they kept getting down there and kicking field goals. You can't do that in those big games. I mean, so the defense didn't play great. I mean, they gave up a lot of yards, but, you know, once they got down there, you start holding Texas to field goals. I mean, that's what happens. SMU getting donkey stomped won't allow Bama in? No. SMU went 11-1 in the regular season. Bama went 8-3. So Bama lost 2 more games than SMU did in the regular season. Plus, Bama lost to 2 teams that didn't even have a winning record. Whereas SMU's only loss was on the road at a ranked BYU by 3. Now their second loss is going to be to a playoff team, Clemson, in a conference champion. So no, SMU is not getting left out. ACC is trash, Lou. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with it. Everybody is trash, according to my comment section, but 12 pieces of trash are getting into the playoffs, and one of those pieces of trash is SMU, according to my comment section. What will Lou do when Bama gets in over SMU? Nothing. What do you mean, what would I do? Bama man, good old Rocky Top. Was Aaron Murray better than Joe Burrow? Fuck no. Joe Burrow is one of the best SEC quarterbacks. He had one of the best seasons of all time. They are getting left out. Bet whatever you got. Bama is, yeah. Unless SMU comes back and wins. I don't know why y'all are making it so complicated, like the score of the game matters or whatever it is. It's literally as simple as if Clemson wins, Bama is out. It's that simple. Miami would have given Clemson more of a fight. Shaking my head, says James. I bet my mortgage that Bama gets in. You don't have a mortgage, but yeah, you don't have a mortgage. But if you're being serious, I'll make the bet with you. Hey Lou, what is the ladies' YouTube? Hold on, I'll post the link again in the chat. There you go. That's the link right there. Stetson back-to-back natties. Yeah, everybody on the team had back-to-back natties. Yep. That's what happens when you win back-to-back natties. Everybody on the team that was there the year before has back-to-back natties. How's the Pay Lou movement going? I was 3-0 until these primetime games. I had SMU -3. That's a loser. I had Oregon -3. That's a winner. And I live bet Oregon -7.5. SMU in over Bama, coming from a Bama fan, point blank. Yeah, SMU is in over Bama. The only thing that's going to get Bama in is if SMU beats Clemson. It's that simple. Y'all let a G5 team run wild in your conference. Too late to be mad about it. Talking about the ACC and SMU, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. You can disagree. It's okay to be wrong. Yeah, Bama's not getting in. This entire stream has been me saying the same thing, but Bama's not getting in unless SMU wins the game. It's that simple. Yes, I posted it. Lou, I thought you had a vacation this weekend. I leave Monday. I leave Monday morning. Lou, I'll bet you Bama gets in. Well, I don't think you will. I think you're lying. But that's my Cash App and my PayPal. Whatever you want to bet, send it there. No. Again, I think you're full of shit. I don't think you have any money to bet, but in case you do, that's my Cash App and my PayPal. Whatever you want to bet, send it there, and it's a bet. If you don't send the money, it's not a bet. Good morning, Lou. Glad to be back. Yeah, you won't last long, Robbie. You never do. The selection show comes on at noon. The selection show comes on at noon. Sad Ewers post-game press conference he gave no credit to what Georgia did to him. I haven't watched any of the post-game. As soon as that game ended, I had to start this stream, so I haven't watched any of the post-game stuff yet from the Georgia-Texas game. Yeah, I'll be live streaming the selection show tomorrow. What's up, Peyton? Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Fuck Texas and horns down. Welcome to the SEC. Yeah, they tried real hard, but they came up a little short, didn't they? 1st and 10 for SMU. They're down, 17 now? Reverse pass, flea flicker, caught into the red zone. Boy, they're pulling out all the trick plays now. It worked, though, down in the red zone. Jennings, wide receiver, never saw the ball. Down near the pylon. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. The closer SMU keeps it, the better. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Clemson wins, Bama's out. By the way, Bama doesn't deserve to be in the top 12, says Peyton. Well, I think they probably would if SMU won this game. But unfortunately for Bama, they're not. Jennings is going to keep on 2nd and 10. Only gains a couple of yards down to the 20. 3rd and 8 coming up for SMU. Bama beat Georgia, so they're in. Is Ole Miss in too? Ewers struggles against even competition, says Steve M. I think he's a pretty good quarterback. Third and 8 for SMU on the Clemson 20. Jennings in the pocket, throws. What a catch. Wow. Touchdown SMU. Great coverage. I don't know what else that Clemson guy can do. That's just a great throw and a great catch there. Yeah, SMU just won't give up, would they, G-Man? It won't go away. Penn State, on the other hand, I don't know, 38-24. Uh-oh. Don't look now, but Penn State might have just scored. If not, it's going to be 1st and goal at the 1. That was the first play of the 4th quarter. Penn State still down 14, 38-24. And this looks like a out of bounds at the 1, probably. If they put Bama in, out Vandy in 2, they got that dog in them. Bama fans crying their eyes out right now. Yeah, they're down bad. They're down bad. I'm sure a lot of people will watch Bama in the Citrus Bowl, though. I'm sure it'll get good ratings. Is there any hope for Army to get in? No. Alabama's already in, Lou. No, they're not. No. What? No, they're not. Bama, Miami would be a good matchup. I'd watch that game. Sent you a PayPal bet. Alabama makes the playoffs. This only applies if Clemson wins. Because if SMU wins, I agree with you. So, but other than that, yeah, it's a bet. If Clemson wins, Bama's out. Clemson won't get in. They're guaranteed to get in. Clemson is guaranteed to get in if they win this game. Ohio State could be on the bubble. No, Ohio State's 7 or 8. Who has better, Kajana Carter or Saquon Barkley? I would take Saquon Barkley. After I saw that backwards hurdle the other day, I must have watched that 1,000 times. That backwards hurdle from Saquon. That's all I needed to see. Joseph, you have no idea, buddy. You have no idea. Northern Illinois beat Rudy, so they should get in, says Cade. Yeah, plus I think they won 4 other games, too. There's a bunch of retarded college football playoff takes tonight. Yes, Banjo, there sure is. Mark, missed your super chat from earlier. I'm sorry. He says, Merry Christmas, Lou. Your wife said she bought you a Christmas present. I hope she did. I certainly hope she did.
He's got several under the tree, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that backwards hurdle was wild. Penn State going for 2. Why?
Just because they want to?
And of course they didn't get it. Why would Penn State go for 2 there? An extra point makes it a 7-point game. What are people doing? Absolutely retarded. I mean, I'm glad they went for 2 and didn't get it. I bet Oregon. But what the fuck? I mean, that's just dumb. I've got 2 different idiots that have bet me that Bama's getting in even if Clemson wins. Basically, 2 people have bet me that SMU is not going to make the playoffs. I can't believe there's 2 people that are that dumb and have money. Do I fish? Yeah, at Publix. And I have a 100% catch rate, and it only takes me about 10 minutes. Second and 8 for the Tater Man. Club Dick back to throw. Pass is going to be incomplete. 3rd and 8 coming up now for the Tater Man. Hoghead says, I needed Penn State to get blown out. What are you trying to do? Move up for a home game or something, Hog Man? Yeah, nothing like that's happening. Thank you, Hoghead, for the super chat. Fumble. Who fumbled? Are you just trying to get timed out again? All right, if there's not a fumble on this play, I'll time you out since that's what you want. Let's see. Face mask. They didn't call it? Wow, they just missed the face mask. All right, Robbie, I'll time you out, bud. See you tomorrow night at 11:06, bud. Oregon pass complete on 2nd and 11. Short of the first down, though. Third down coming up for Oregon. They just missed a bad penalty on SMU. SMU's going to return the punt up near midfield. The referees missed that one. That was a pretty clear face mask on Cade Klubnik that the referees didn't call. Alabama's the only team that didn't score a touchdown on Oklahoma this season. They also lost by 21 and lost to Vandy. They deserve to get in the playoffs. Laughy face. Yeah. I don't know what these people are thinking, man. I mean, if SMU wins, yes, I think Bama will get in because they're ahead of South Carolina and Ole Miss with head-to-head wins. But if Clemson wins, Bama's out. Jennings running all over the place. Now throws incomplete. Now, Robbie only comes in here because he likes to get timed out. He gets timed out every time he comes in here.
What is that? Who is that? A masochist? Is that?
Makama?
Yeah.
He's another one. Yeah. Robbie only comes in here to get timed out. It's his favorite thing to do. He never lasts more than about an hour in any chat, and then he gets timed out. He'll be back tomorrow. Second and 12 for Oregon. Dylan Gabriel takes off running. Short gain, 3 yards. Where'd you go? Yeah. Oh, when you come back, can you bring me a Gatorade and a water? Thank you. Lady gonna bring me a Gatorade and a water. Lou is skibbity. I don't know what that means. Am I doing a Your Season is Over video tomorrow? Yes. I'm contemplating just doing a live Your Season is Over video at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning so that I then can live stream the selection show at noon. Because if I don't do that, then I'll have to live stream the selection show at noon and then start the Your Season is Over video after that. So I don't know. Let Robbie out. No, Robbie only comes in here to get timed out. It's the only reason he ever even comes in here. He likes getting timed out. Robbie was right. Oregon fumbled, but got it back. Please free him. No, he likes getting timed out. That's the only reason he comes in here. Committee would not let 2 ACC in, period. Well, let's make the bet. I've made it with 2 other dumbasses. I'm willing to make it with you too. Send the money to my PayPal or my Cash App, and it's a bet. But you got to send the money, or it's not a bet. There you go. That's my PayPal and my Cash App. Whatever you want to bet, just send it in. Just send it in, bud. Or keep typing about it. Whichever you want to do. Choice is yours. What's the Pay Lou movement looking like? I'm up $349 for the week. Groovy, thank you. Group of 5 teams shouldn't get a first round bye, in my opinion, says Dripped Up Vol. I don't think group of 5 teams should even get in the playoffs, so I'm probably not the right one to ask about that. One more thing. I'm sorry. This is leaking. We're going to make a big mess.
Okay. Oh,
I don't need another one. Thank you. Brian Gentry says, hey, I played college football. Will I make the playoffs like Bama? Only if you got blown out by Oklahoma and lost to Vandy. That's it. Did you? The group of 5 should have their own playoff. It's really not fair that 60 or 70 teams have to play all year long knowing that at most one of them is getting in. They should just have their own playoffs. You had a prize picks parlay? Man, good looking out. I missed mine this weekend because I had the under on Ashton Gentry yesterday, and of course he hit the over. I don't understand the going for 2 from Penn State either. I really don't, but I love it because I have Oregon minus 7.5 on a live bet. And so if they'd have kicked the extra point, I'd be losing that bet. But because they went for 2 and didn't get it, I'm now winning that bet. I mean, I've got Oregon minus 3 too. That was the line, but I live bet Oregon minus 7.5 because I got greedy. How's Clemson doing? They're up 10. 31-21, 10:40 to go. They've got the ball, 2nd and 8 on their own 22. 4 wide for the Taters, also in as well. Clubbed it, back to throw. Broken up by SMU. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Uncle Lou, you're scared of Bama winning the Natty? Bama can't win the Natty. They're not in the playoffs. Plus, they're not any good. Look, everybody that's in the playoffs hopes Bama gets in because it's a guaranteed win for them. Bama's not any good. But no, they're not getting in unless SMU comes back and wins the game. Yeah, Bama's going to the Citrus Bowl. And on the back of their Citrus Bowl trophy, they can have it engraved, we beat UGA and we should have been in the playoffs. Engraved that on their Citrus Bowl trophy. Wu showed Robbie his stamp collection one time and didn't even give him a turkey sandwich for his trouble, says Brandon. Stamp collection. 3rd and 2 for Oregon. I formation. Handoff. Not going to get it. Didn't gain a yard. 4th and 2. Penn State defense said they ain't fucking around. Bama so bad they beat Georgia. Yeah, weird things happen. For example, Bama lost to Vandy. Yeah. Weird things happen. Ooh, SMU nearly blocked that punt, but the Taters got it off. Not a good punt, though. Hits around midfield. SMU's going to have the ball at the 50 with 10:13 to go, and they're down 10. Bama's not out of it yet. SMU could mount a comeback and put Bama in the playoffs. The only playoff game Alabama guaranteed to win is one against Georgia. Alabama's so bad right now, I don't even think they could beat Georgia. No 3-loss team deserves to be in the playoff. Well, so one of them's got to get in. If SMU comes back to win. Why do I even like you, Lou? I don't have any idea, Matt. No clue. No idea. Jennings pass complete. Gain of about 8. It's going to be 2nd and 2 for the Mustang man. Oregon, 1st and 10 on the 15. They picked up that 4th down conversion. Come on, Oregon. 10, 5, out of bounds at the 5. 1st and goal, Oregon. Come on, Ducks. Paylou. Oregon going to score again. Yep, that Paylou movement looking good. You got Clemson +7. I got SMU -3. How the hell did you get Clemson +7? The line was 3 points. How did you get Clemson +7? Well, you seem like a nice guy, but your dogmatic opinions are a lot. Well, I mean, if you're not here to listen to my opinions, I don't know why you're here. People ask me a question, I answer it. I mean, if that's a problem, you couldn't have live bet. Clemson +7. They were up 14-0 5 minutes into the game. The live line was never Clemson +7. Brian Gentry says, I got blown out by FSU. What? You did? That's embarrassing, man. I wouldn't admit that. Jennings throws complete to the 20. Gain of about 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4 now for SMU. They're in the red zone. Penalty flags all over the place on this one. It's going to be some kind of a, what is this, false start or something? Yeah, false start on SMU. That's going to back them up. Bad penalty there. We're going to be back next season, says Seminole Man. I don't think Florida State's going to be as bad next year as they were this year. I don't see any way possible to be. I mean, they gotta be better next year. Village hidden in the South says, Lou, legit question, would you rather the coaching staff ride with Gunner? I mean, we know Kirby is going to trot back out there, but that offense at least had life when he was in. If Carson is healthy, I think he should start. Yeah, if Carson is healthy, I think he should start. I mean, I'm happy with what Gunner did today, but I don't think Gunner did anything today to cause Carson Beck to lose his starting job. So if Carson Beck is healthy, I think Carson Beck should play. Favorite Tool song? It depends on when you ask me. I go back and forth so many of them that I like. Probably my all-time favorite is probably Vicarious. Third and 9 coming up for SMU. A field goal wouldn't be the end of the world here. I mean, they're down 10. You definitely don't want a negative play here. And this quarterback's got a bad habit of taking some with the running around shit. You can't do that here. Back to throw. Throws. Caught, but short of the first down. Flag down, though. Boy, this is going to be a bad... If this is holding, this is going to be brutal for SMU. Could push them out of field goal range. Yeah, boy, that's a bad penalty to take if you're SMU there. That pushes them out of field... Well, I don't know if it pushes them out of field goal range, but it's going to make it a long field goal if they don't get the first down. Best Christmas song, Bama will be home for Christmas. You can count on that. Bama's going to have a blue Christmas this year. Oh, blue Christmas at the Citrus Bowl. I'll have a blue Christmas at the Citrus Bowl. Hey, Bama needed help. And unfortunately, they're not getting it. I mean, SMU could still win the game. Boy, the SMU coach is fucking yelling at anybody that comes anywhere near him. 4th and 13. Here we go. Field goal time. 45-yarder. Looks good. Is good. 7-point game. 7-point game. But woo, who have they played? Who have they played? They ain't playing nobody. I'm switching to Clemson game now. Oregon's back up by 15 now. They scored. So it's a 15-point game with 7.5 minutes to go. Y'all own us, just eating my crow. Good to see you in here, Chris Thomas. It was a great game, buddy. I'm not going to talk no shit right now. It was a great game. Any game that goes down to overtime, literally anybody could win it. And the reality is you're still in the playoffs. I can't even really do the whole year season is over deal like normally. But, so yeah, you'll be playing in 2 weeks, man. Good luck. Hey, Albert, what's up, buddy? SMU drops passes and comes back from big halftime deficits. Sounds like Georgia. Look at Dewey. Dewey just won't give up. It's about a 30-yard run up the midfield. Well, look at it, Dewey. Look at him. The most unathletic person on the field. Look at him. Look at him go. Look at him. Look at him go. Put a juke on somebody too? Dang. Dewey throws incomplete now on 1st and 10. 2nd and 10 coming up for Penn State. 7:01 to go. They're on their own 47. I worry if Georgia lose because committee could put Georgia out of the playoff because lost a starting QB. You worrying about a lot of shit you shouldn't have been worrying about, bud. The greatest UJ tight end ever is Norris Brown. Yeah, okay. Man, there's a Texas hater in here. I hope Clemson don't blow this game, says Albert. We'll see. 7-point game. Still a lot of time left. Uh-oh. Penn State sacked. Back at the 40. 3rd and long coming up for Penn State. M3 Sneakerhead. What's up, buddy? He says, how about them dogs? Woo. The rednecks up here in Jefferson, just down the road from Athens, been shooting off fireworks since the end of overtime. Parabola gets my vote. Yeah, Parable and Parabola both. I mean, you can't go wrong there. Lateralis, Vicarious, Eulogy, 46 and 2, The Pot, Invincible, Descending, Numa. I mean, that's depending on the day of the week. I could give you 5 or 6 favorite Tool songs, and I might give you a different 5 or 6 the next day. Mark Salyers, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the super chat. He says, I couldn't send 1998, so here's a 20. Go Vols. Playoffs going to be wild. Yesterday, I cannot wait for these first-round playoff games, man, at home stadiums. The atmospheres are going to be fucking wild. I can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah, Reflections is good, too. Triad. There's a lot of songs like that get overlooked. Reflections, Triad, Wings of Marie. Part 1 and 2, by the way. I discovered Tool by watching Your Season Is Over, says Sham. You know, a lot of people have told me that. I didn't set out, you know, to force people to start listening to Tool or whatever. But it turns out a lot of people have been turned on to Tool over the years just through watching this channel. So I think that's a good thing. Lou, who wins, Ohio State or Texas? Man, I'll probably take the home team. Texas, I guess, will be the home team. I'd probably take the home team. Eulogy is a great song. Great song. 3rd and 10 for Penn State. They're on the Oregon 43. Dewey in the pocket. Throws. Caught. Breaks the tackle and gets a first down to the 30. Boy, Penn State just won't go away. They won't give up. I'm not really into Perfect Circle. I know Maynard's the singer and all that, but I'm not really into a Perfect Circle. There's a song or two that I like from them, but I'm not into them like I am Tool. Another pass complete by Dewey to, oh, that's Ham Hock. I forgot about Ham Hock. That's my boy Ham Hock, that tight end / fullback / center / wide receiver / everything guy for Penn State. Yeah, I don't think Texas is falling below the 8th seed. No. I think they'll get a home game. Vicarious by Tool is the best. That's generally my favorite song. Now, I get in certain moods sometimes where I might like one song or another for a while, but I always end up back at Vicarious for my favorite song. It's a favorite Tool song. Why do I feel like Clemson will fuck this up? Well, they're up 7. They've got the ball. 2nd and 7 on their own 39. Coming up on 5 minutes to go. I mean, another 2, 3 first downs, this thing might be over. Second and 7 for Clemson. 3 wide. Club Dick shotgun. Hands it off to Maffa. Nowhere to go. Gonna lose a yard or two. 3rd and long coming up for the Taters. Boy, Marshall beat the soul out of Louisiana 31-3. 3rd and 7 for Clemson. Big play here. SMU could get the ball back with a chance to tie it up if they can get off the field on this 3rd and 7. 4 wide. Club Dick in a shotgun. Clemson on its own 39. Moves Maffa to the other side. Shotgun snap back to throw. Klubnik looks right. Rolls right. Throws. Nearly intercepted. Incomplete. Clemson is going to have to punt it away, and SMU is going to have a chance to tie this thing up. You should do a hype and hate video for whoever plays Tennessee, especially if it's Ohio State. I will probably do a hype and hate video for Georgia's playoff game. I see the 150 comments y'all leave me every day about the hype and hate videos. I got burned out on them. Honestly, I got tired of doing hype and hate videos about the same teams every year, over and over and over again. And so I just kind of took a break from them. But I'm hoping that whoever Georgia plays first in the playoffs isn't somebody that we've played 100 times already, and I can do a hype and hate video. Does Penn State drop below Ohio State with a loss head-to-head and all? Boy, that's tough to say because Ohio State's second loss would be in a 13th game that Ohio State wasn't good enough to play in, so I really don't know. Have you seen the cover of Right In 2 by Beards of Harmony? It's worth a watch here on YouTube. No, I have not seen that. I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Red and Black Dog. All right, it's going to be 2nd and 10 for SMU on their own 21. This might be their last grasp effort here. Bama fans on the edge of their seat, hoping for a massive SMU comeback here. An SMU win would send Bama to the playoffs. An SMU loss would remove Bama from the playoffs. Back to throw. Jennings looks left, throws left. Caught. Gain of about 4. Going to be well short of a first down. 3rd and about 5 or 6 coming up now for SMU. Couldn't ask for a better Saturday. It's been a great day. Been a great day. Boy, Arizona State looked good today, earlier today, didn't they? That Scattaboo's an absolute monster at running back for Arizona State. An absolute beast. SMU caught first down across the 30 to the 32, 33 yard line. Boy, SMU just won't give up. They just won't go away. They keeping Bama fans on the edge of their seats. Bama fans need help. They desperately need an SMU win here. Jennings running for his life, rolls out right, throws, caught, another first down to the 47 or 48 yard line, close to midfield, 2:46 and the clock is running. Penn State last won the conference in 2016. No, it's got to be 10 years before they can get on the wear back list, so they got 2 more years. Jennings back to throw, goes deep down the sideline. Oh, nearly made a great circus catch, instead falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now. 2:29 to go, SMU down 7. Trying to score and send this thing to overtime. Bama is in. No, Bama's out unless SMU comes back and wins this game, bud. If Clemson wins, they're in, and SMU is not going to fall out of the top 12. I know that makes you mad. You're probably drooling and banging on your iPad or whatever, but if Clemson wins, Bama's out. SMU must be Bama biased too. Yeah, Austin. Oh, shit. Wow. PURDUE with a guy draped all over him. Touchdown, Penn State. They won't go away. Here comes the extra point. And it's an 8-point game, 37-45. I've got Oregon minus 7.5 and Oregon minus 3. Lou, do you want SMU or Clemson to win? Oh, I don't care who wins. I mean, I bet on SMU minus 3, so I kind of hope it goes to overtime and SMU wins by 7 so I can win the bet. But other than the bets I made, I don't care. You know, outside of that, I don't care who wins one way or the other. Changed my mind, Lou, with this close of a game. SMU is in no matter what. No, I've been telling you that the whole time, but glad you finally came around to your senses. I'm guessing you didn't send in any money for a bet like you were pretending you wanted to make earlier. Oh, somebody did, though. I don't know what is wrong. Y'all are weird. I don't know if y'all hate money or what. Oh, never mind. This isn't a bet. This is somebody that said, yeah, Bama's not getting in. The Gumps are retarded. Thank you, Stephen R. Thank you. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah. Still got the one guy that made the bet. Two people. Two people actually made that bet. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Scott Frost going back to Central Florida. Yeah, I heard that earlier. I'm surprised. We don't even need to win, but we will cry about it, says Oregon Ducks fan. I would love for Penn State to score again somehow and miss the 2-point conversion. Are you live streaming bowl games this month? If it's an interesting bowl game, I will. I'm not live streaming every bowl game. I'll live stream all the playoffs. I mean, I'm not live streaming like whatever bowl game Tulane is in or whatever, but if there's any interesting bowl games, yeah, I'll stream them. Yeah, we'll do the poll every week on Patreon, so they'll get first choice every week, just like during the season. Same with the playoff games. Why is the Clemson game on a commercial for you? It's on a commercial for me, too. I'm assuming it's on a commercial for everybody. Does SMU get in with a loss? Yes. Bama fans panhandling for an SMU win. They're like a homeless man on the corner shaking a can. All right, game back on. Oregon with the ball, 3rd and 9 and up 8. Dylan Gabriel goes deep, incomplete. Oregon's going to punt it back to Penn State. Down, Penn State's going to be down 8, but they're going to get the ball back with 2:16. SMU pass complete out in the flat for no gain. Clock continues to run. I'm not sure why. It was tackled out of bounds, but ref said don't matter. Run the fucking clock. All right. We got 2 one-score games coming down to the wire here. 31-24. Clemson up on SMU. 1:29 to go. Jennings, pump fakes. Throws. Complete for a first down and out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:22. Penn State has the ball with 2:08 to go. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it because they're retarded and went for a 2-point conversion for no reason earlier in the game. Penn State's going to have good field position unless they say this was a fair catch, which I don't think it was. His hand never went over his head. 1st and 10 for SMU on the Clemson 27. Jennings hands it off. Fights forward off left tackle for about 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up now for SMU. I think they called a fair catch on Penn State. He did wave his hand, and you could see the Oregon players back off. They thought he called a fair catch, so they backed off. Then he caught it and took off running. And I think the officials have ruled it a fair catch now. They're going to have the ball still with pretty good field position at their own 35. 2:11 to go. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to send it to overtime. SMU needs a touchdown and an extra point to send it in overtime. 1st and 10, Penn State. Dualler in a shotgun. SMU's got a guy down. Wildcat. Penn State. Gain of 10, close to a first down. I think they're going to mark him a little bit short. Clock will stop at the 2-minute mark for the 2-minute timeout. Lou, are you doing a video on the new rankings after this? The new rankings don't come out after this. The new rankings come out tomorrow at 12. I'll be live streaming tomorrow at 12 for the rankings show, though. Yeah, the playoffs are going to be great. I can't wait for these home playoff games. I know I keep saying it, but I can't wait for these home playoff games. They're going to be such good football. Home environments for playoff games, it's going to be unreal. Unreal. Commercial in the Penn State game. Player down in the SMU game. 50 seconds to go. Clemson, SMU. How many people does Oregon Stadium hold? I don't know off the top of my head. My guess would be maybe 60, 70,000, something like that. 45,000? I thought it was closer to 60, but I don't know. I'm just guessing. 3rd and 1 for SMU. Handoff. First down to the 15. 46 seconds to go. SMU's got 2 timeouts, but they'd rather not use them. They stopped the clock while they reset the chains. First and 10, SMU, 36 seconds, and the clock is running. They're on the 16. Jennings throws. Incomplete, stops the clock with 31 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd and 10 now. They're in the red zone. A touchdown and an extra point would send it to overtime. Pigskin Pete's freaking out. I bet he is. Second and 10, SMU. They're on the Clemson 16, 31-24. They're down 7. 31 seconds to go. They've got 2 timeouts. Jennings in a shotgun. Snap, back to throw. Looks left. Throws left. Caught. Gets out of bounds. Short gain, 3 or 4 yards. Stops the clock with 27 seconds to go on the 12-yard line. Autzen Stadium is 66K, but gets 68K in there. I've heard it's one of the loudest stadiums in the country, even though it holds about half as many people as some of the other ones. I don't know if it's because it's the way it's built or constructed or what, but people who have been there always say it's one of the loudest stadiums in the country. I don't know. I've never been there. I've only been to a handful of stadiums, so I can't really say other than what I've heard other people say. 3rd and 6, SMU back to throw. Jennings steps up, rolls left, throws, caught, 1st and goal, SMU at the fucking 5-yard line. Bama fans are going ham.
Oh my gosh.
PURDUE going deep. Intercepted. Wow. PURDUE threw a bomb down the sideline. The DB and the wide receiver both went up to get the ball. The DB came down with it. And that's going to just about wrap that up. Penn State does have 2 timeouts, but there's only 1:54 to go. 1st and goal. Jennings back to throw. Looks left. Throws. Caught. Was he in? Referee says touchdown. Holy shit. We're an extra point away from being tied. Bama just won't go away. Bama fans are so happy now. Watch, the Bama fans all come running back now. Bama's an extra point away from tying it up and sending it to overtime. They're reviewing that touchdown, but it looks pretty obvious to me that he was in bounds. They're an extra point away from tying it up. And there's only 16 seconds left, so I doubt that's going to be enough time for Clemson to do anything. So we're probably headed to our 2nd overtime game of the day. Brandon, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the super chat. He says, Kentucky fan here. Tough year, but watching your videos made it somewhat bearable. Go Cats. Yeah, it was a surprise to me Kentucky ended up being as bad as they were. It's been a long time since Kentucky had a season this bad. Only one SEC win for Kentucky, and that was against Ole Miss. Yeah, not a good season for Kentucky. Pete seething. I bet he's losing his mind. Is he? Are you watching? No. Yeah, Bama just tied it up at 31. Someone came in here earlier and said the games all suck today. Yeah, I don't know what people want anymore when it comes to college football. I mean, I thought the Arizona State-Iowa State game I thought was extremely entertaining. It wasn't a close game, but you had a lot of points scored. Scatterboo played great. That was an entertaining game. The afternoon game, the SEC game, went to overtime. Both of these games are one-possession games in the last 2 minutes of the game. One of them's going to overtime. I don't know what people want. Please call and check on our Tater Man, Pete. I'm not going to call Pete and mess with him. This is a big game for Clemson because if they lose, they're out. Clemson, look at this kickoff return by Clemson. All the way out to the 44-yard line. They're about 20 yards away from attempting a game-winning field goal here. That's a big return. 9 seconds. Clemson's got 3 timeouts. They would need about 20 yards, I would think, to attempt a field goal. I don't know much about Clemson's kicker in terms of like what his range is, but like even to get it within 50 yards, they're going to need to gain about 15 to 20 yards. Yeah, 3 timeouts, 9 seconds. Kentucky getting owned in basketball versus Gonzaga. All right, Clemson lined up 1st and 10 on their own 45. 9 seconds to go. 4 wide. Klubnik in a shotgun. Snap. Back to throw. Looking over the middle. Throws. Caught. Got to get down. Now take a timeout. They're at the 38. It would be a 55-yard field goal attempt to win it. SMU is going to take a timeout, I'm sure. Ice the kicker. Gotta go pee again. All right, 3 seconds to go. This will win the game and eliminate Bama from the playoffs. "56-yarder. Kick is up. Wow. Wow. Bama down bad. Bama down so bad. Oh, man. Bama down bad, man. Dang. Come on, Bama. Bama can't even make a 12-team playoff, man. Come on, man. Bama needs to go back to divisions. At least when we had divisions, Bama could make the postseason. Now they can't make the SEC title game. They can't make the playoffs. I think divisions were the only thing keeping Bama's head above water. You know, they were in the weak SEC West. That's why they were in the postseason every year. Now that divisions are gone, guess what? They lost to Vandy. They lost to Tennessee, 2 SEC East teams. They're not in the SEC title game. They're not in the playoffs. They're in the fucking Citrus Bowl or the fucking Liberty Bowl or the Music City Bowl or the Suck My Taint Bowl. Bama down bad, man. Dang. Bama down bad. Better tweet that out immediately. Well, Bama, your season is over, bud. Your season is over, bud. I want to thank all those people who donated by making that stupid-ass bet, by the way, that Bama's getting in even if SMU loses. You know good and goddamn well SMU losing by 3 on the last second. You know SMU's in. So thank y'all for donating me that money. I do appreciate it. I'll be live tomorrow at noon for the playoff selection show, and I might do a live version of the Your Season is Over video in the morning. We'll just have to see. If not, then it'll be like normal later tomorrow night. But anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today and watching these games. Those of you that are on the Patreon, big shout out to y'all. Great time watching the SEC championship game with y'all today. And then tonight over here on the YouTube channel. Ended up with 2 great games. It didn't look like they were going to be great games in the beginning, but ended up being great games at the end. It always adds to my enjoyment to hang out with y'all and watch the games, even though it feels like y'all spend all your time just trying to irritate me. I still have a good time watching the games with y'all. Isaiah, thank you. He says, easy money for Lou. He's on the committee. No, I don't have time. They asked me, but I don't have time to be on the committee, so I had to turn them down. All right. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you noon for the playoff selection show.